and Gary will hear them fuck all back from him.
He's a bizarre character, isn't he?
He slags my brother-in-law off, right? He slagged my brother-in-law, something that happened last year, right? Between family.
I thought you said he slept with him. I was like, what?
No, he slags him off for something that happened last year, like proper sort of, he got arrested for it, blah, blah, blah. Not going into details, but you get the gist of it. Yeah. So, we've sort of, you know, the family sort of made amends. Me and my other brother-in-law started to talk to him a bit more and whatever. So I started playing Football Manager with him online. Dean joined in, says, yeah, come on, you know, more people the better. He comes to Mike next day, he says, fucking hell, why have I come back to playing with you lot? Dean's texting me now.
Yep, he's going to be messaging you, and I guarantee you the one thing he's saying, Will's doing the thing again. Gonna have to call him up to get him up here. I know what he's trying to do, he's trying to get me to not do commentary and stay up there to watch him.
Why, is he asking you?
No, he's not asking me yet, but I know what he's like, because I remember back in Daytona season 1, Dan. I went up there and he tried to get me race for him instead.
Dan, his wheel keeps recalibrating apparently, yeah?
That's bollocks.
Oh, there's another excuse.
Right, well, I said something doesn't sound like it's plugged in then, Dean. It doesn't sound like it's registering, do you know what I mean? So, you know,
the only reason my wheel would not calibrate if it's not plugged in.
Yeah, unplug the USB stick, just blow it out. Might be a bit of dust in there that's just not registering it properly. Oh, well, I've hit it with an hammer, so it'll be alright.
What? No wonder it's fucking calibrating all the fucking time. He's got a fucking headache.
He's on a bloody Jeremy Clarkson.
Like, mate, what the fuck?
Oi,
all it needs is a little blow. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You just got to get the fucking mic, blow it out, and that's it. Don't even need to go to the shed to get the hammer. Fuck me.
Like I say, if in doubt, get the hammer out.
Yeah, but what's he done? Fucking twatting USB stick.
Give it a blow.
Give it a blow. Make sure everything's fucking plugged in.
If it ain't
no, I'll
working,
just twat it with hammer.
Sock and a good fucking blow. See if it's fucking working that way. If not, then you revert to the fucking hammer.
Oi, a good bloody blow. You'd love that.
Yeah, I just went out for a pee, came back into the room, and Dan's talking about a bloody good blow.
Oh, just a... Wow. We're on about unplugging the...
We're talking about the British way of fixing things.
Yeah, I caught up in the end.
Dean hit it with an hammer.
Oi, Matt. Are you ready to hear this? Right, I'm on my own save for the Journeyman, right?
Yeah.
It looks like I may be going straight back to the Irish team I was in for our save.
Brilliant.
It's still good for me to commentate next weekend?
Yeah, boy.
Next week for me.
You, me and Liam.
Yeah. Liam won't be talking a lot, but yeah.
Good birthday win, Dan.
That's why I'm there, Dan. I'm trying to give you some extra.
So, if I'm not going to be speaking much, I'll just leave it to you, Dan and Matt. It's okay. I'll have a night off or some shit. Oh.
No. Dan's our special guest. Special being the key word.
On time, special guest. I'm the special guest.
My name's unorthodox. It's my birthday today.
My name's Dean Sucky.
I'm 26 years old today.
my name is Dean Sucky and I'm getting quicker.
It's not just your normal voice, Daddy. It's no difference.
Fuck you.
Oh man, Keeks and Fury were fucking. They were funny, but they were winding me up.
They were so loud. Yeah.
Keeks was fuck me.
It's like he's playing a horror game. He's only racing on Project Cars.
G, finish the dance! G, finish the dance!
Yeah, man.
He sounded like a fucking monkey at one point. We were going. Like, what the
Who's
fuck
that,
are you
Keeks?
Yeah, Keeks.
Yeah, he's a bit of a weird
dick.
Dick. Okay. No, I was going to say a weird specimen, but I mean that works.
Specimen. I mean, you can't say much, Liam, but okay.
Much.
Oh, fuck me.
What can't I say next? And no, I will not cook you. That's the second time you've asked. No.
I said you can't say much.
Much.
Much?
Oh, you fucking
Much? What's much? You still can't say it.
Yeah, much.
Much. That's just fucking champion, that is.
I'm just speaking fucking normal, much.
Well, speaking normal, I come from down pit. Went down pit and there was not too much down there. There was fucking
Kelly, that's actually quite good to be fair.
That's what, sorry?
That's actually quite good to be fair, like.
Yeah, well.
Well, is that to slag our area? Or?
Yes.
There.
There we go, Matt. There we go, G. For the first touring car stream, we could have Matt and Dad doing fucking impressions.
Oh my god.
I could do my Sean Connery again.
Go on, then.
Good old Sean
There's a woman stood outside with both her hands like jolted down as if she's just been to jail.
Oh, mate, she wants you. Fucking get out there and get her. Get out there and grab her. Go and spit on her and bring her back in. That's how we do it here in Cornwall.
I mean, if I
spat on that one. I'm having that one.
I mean, if I spit on her, I mean, she'd probably fall to bits. She's about as old as my fucking granddad.
Oh, mate, the older the better, mate. More experience, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean,
just make sure you cover. Just make sure you cover in talcum powder. Just to find the wet spot, alright?
need a bit of talcum powder. You know what they say? Dry as a bit.
Really?
Whoever says that.
I don't know. I've just made it up.
Oh, you twat. I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah, because you're bullying me too much, that's why.
No, waiting for Dad to do his Sean Connery.
He seems to have tamed beast. That was Sean Connery, by the way.
I thought it was some geezer from Mafia.
What?
I don't know. I can do his Andy impression of a Little Britain.
Go on then.
Don't know.
I want that one.
I want that one.
Want that one. Want that one.
Want that one. Want that one.
Yeah,
I want that one.
Don't like that.
I could do SpongeBob.
Oh
Yeah, great. You know the cartoon. You know the Daffy Duck cartoons. Yeah. Everyone, stick with me here. And Bugs Bunny, the little alien that's got like a little black alien that's got like a helmet on
Green
his head.
helmet.
Yeah.
Marvin
Yeah.
the
You
Martian.
know the one I mean?
Yeah.
Marvin the Martian?
Could be. Yeah, that's the one.
yeah, that's him. Yeah,
I'll
that's him.
get you with my turbo accelerator. Brilliant.
Right,
Yeah.
Come on, Liam. Another impression. Do Scottish. Come on.
Shut your wee puss. I can't do Scottish.
No shit.
Actually, no. I want to hit
Australian,
Cornish.
please. Oh.
No. I want to do Cornish.
Speak Cornish, son.
Well, he
What
just
are you
did.
doing, Aunt Sam? How is it going, like?
Oh, that was just
Reiterate?
the worst Kurdish accent I've ever heard from a Kurdishman.
Rattler. I can do that. Rattler.
What's
Rattler?
on?
What's on with
Rattler.
it? Guess on, did it?
What's on, boy?
What's on?
What's up?
What's on?
I can't do accents.
Here. What's on?
What's up?
What's on with you, Nola? What's on with you? Yeah, right on. Okay.
He's sounding more Chinese than Cornish.
Really? You're fucking Chinese! Are you fucking Chinese? You fucking bastard!
You like
It's
dolphin,
blind lice,
dolphin,
you fucking
$2.99
prick.
for dolphin. $2.99 for dolphin.
Liam, do you want to set up a party?
Yeah.
Arigato.
So I love you and leave you all except Matt. Unfortunately, I've got to go in
Liam.
party with him. Bye everyone.
Party with
Good
him.
luck everyone who's racing tonight.
Thank you. Ciao.
That's just Kelly. That's just Sean Connery. It's just Sean Connery.
Nice to meet
Pushing
you.
along. I must be dreaming.
So bad.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? Where's my teammate?
I don't fucking know. You have to get in a
Why-
party with him.
Oh well. No, hang on. We've got another invitation to Project Cars.
Yeah,
Is
don't
that
worry.
another-
Ignore that. No, ignore that. Ignore that. It was me coming back in. I pressed the wrong button and jumped out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Matt, this is why we fuck up.
No, it's not why we fuck up, because no one's walking the dog.
True.
But while I'm here, give me 5 minutes. I've got to take my bath out.
Oh my god. Recorded! I'm not joking.
To be fair, I think that's funny because she's a shit to me, so. I could be winning the championship and she don't give 2 fucks. Well, fuck her.
Wow.
Fuck her.
Wow.
Right, boys.
She's got
Best.
favourites.
Yeah, she got a favourite. Kelly on a Thursday, Sticky on a Thursday, and Gary on a. Sticky on a Wednesday, Gary on a Thursday. Yeah, he's claimed that one. Right, boys. Best of luck tonight, Kelly, and I'll catch you, you, G, and Dan, you two, later. Yeah.
I actually have been approached by the team I'm using in R1.
Have you really?
I actually have Port Stewart in it.
Yeah, Stuart.
Port Stewart.
Are you not on the stream? That's terrible.
Don't you worry, Matt. I'm gonna like the stream. I'm gonna have the stream loaded up so I can see messages.
I was going to say we only need 13 hours tonight.
13 hours?
And then that is done.
Don't you worry, I'll be watching tonight then, but I'll be on mute. Don't you worry, Matt. I've liked.
Good man.
Give me a minute. Left, like my G. Not the only G, though. That's Ollie G, but I mean, that's, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I actually generally have been signed by Port Stewart.
Brilliant. Where's Dean?
What do you mean, where's Dean?
Where's Dean?
Oh, fucking hell. You know what it's gonna be? He's not gonna join and be like, I fucking burnt the wheel because I hit it with hammer again. Or, hear me out, it's gonna be, we'll still do recalibration thing. Do you know what? I have a feeling the recalibration thing he's on about is when it first turns on. And if he's on about that, oh my god.
Yeah, if he's on about that, it should be doing that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Done.
I mean, like, seriously though. Wow. Scout. There we go. Match day. I would leave for, yeah, okay, I've got to.
He's on Project Cars. Don's on Project Cars. Where's NJ?
The question is, did Gary get his PlayStation sorted out?
Don't know, I've not spoke to him or Craig yet.
Don't really mean anything to me, I suppose, but that is the real question, let's be honest. What time is it? Turn this off and save it in a sec. I'll just get these last little bits done, you know. I'm waiting.
Liam's Queen hair. Yes, he is a Gaylord. La 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 Liam.
That's the one I thought. As far as I'm aware, you're the gay one. You're the one who said you love Dean so very much. Oh wait, no, that was me. Positive. More attacking, more defensive. There we go. I've already requested the board to let me go on that course. No, a bit early, but I mean, oh no, they've let me do it. Okay. Does this assistant manager come with me everywhere, by the way?
No, no,
everyone I'll have different hours.
Yeah. You can hire him though. Oh, here he is. He's here.
He's in. Yep. Guarantee you a blame as well.
Time is it?
57.
Can you just do me a quick coffee, baby?
Ooh. It's the track map and splits that I need on for the qualifying and practice and then for race. It's just mapping it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I keep forgetting to put them on.
So we're just missing Leon, NJ, and
is there anything new with Leon Fernie not being here?
Apparently he's out at the minute, but he'll try and get back in on time.
Who?
Leon. Aiden will be at work till late, and I don't know where Neil is. Oh shit! I need to post said stream in the live stream of.
Maybe Gary's got his PlayStation.
That's it. Okay, that's another driver with double points.
Who we got?
X-Mot Fury, Kieran, DJ Phil, and Stealth Sloth.
Jesus. Did you say DJ Phil, by the way?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'd be surprised if he didn't take his ear, because I know he likes a truck.
Fucking loves out Turviston. Craig has fixed the PlayStation, but now my PC is fucked with all my signs on ETC. Oh damn.
Who's that?
Craig.
Oh, what's wrong with it?
His PC's fucked.
Oh. It's a good thing you got me then, innit?
Yep.
Here we go. Get that stream loaded back up. What?
Right. I'm starting the stream. Starting the stream. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SimPlay Motorsport here. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me, but either way, if you can't hear me, let me know in the comments. My thing's not moving on my screen, but welcome to SimPlay Motorsport. Hopefully we're all here for a good evening of action. I'm Matthew Duffy, joined in the commentary box by that bozzy boy Liam Gamer. Liam, good evening, how are you?
I'm all good, Matthew. How are you doing today?
Very good, thank you. Are we looking forward to tonight?
Hopefully we can see some good action and stuff, so yeah, I'm fairly looking forward to that tonight.
We are on mute, and I apologise for that. We have been on mute this whole time. Welcome to SimPlay Motorsport. We are live here for tonight's racing, round 13 and 14 at Silverstone Grand Prix Circuit. I'm your host, Matthew Duffin. In the commentary box with me is Liam Gamer. Not Liam Gamer, that Bozzy Boy, aka Liam. It used to be Liam Gamer. How are you, Liam?
I'm all good, Matt. How are you doing today?
Very good, thank you. What are we looking forward to tonight, Liam? Are we looking forward to some great action?
Yeah, obviously we're looking forward to some great action. That's what we're here for, really.
We are here for that. We are here for the best possible results tonight for all these Pro-Am guys. We're here for some cracking action and battles out there on the track. Not halfway of the season last week at Zoo High, where Smithy and KLF 900 took their race wins, and what a job that was for them guys. It took race win and podium, first podium for Smithy ever, so what a job for Smithy. We're here though tonight. X-Mart's back. BT Targa is back with us. We've got a few drivers returning who wasn't here last week. 13 drivers. We're expecting to get Aiden and hopefully NJ and Leon. We're hopefully getting Aiden Bennett in later, and hopefully to get Leon Fernie and NJ in as well a little later on. But for now, Liam, Silverstone Grand Prix Circuit, the home of the British Grand Prix. We're there shortly in July for that one. Hopefully ourselves we are there, but in terms of the racing community are there for the race. Obviously the touring cars will be there soon enough as well later on this year. But what are we expected tonight? Quite a clear evening, quite a dry race tonight, no rain forecast at all. What are we expecting tonight? What cars are you thinking is going to be the pick of the bunch?
I would have to say it's going to either be the Porsche, Mercedes. We've obviously got more the Porsche and Mercedes in the Pro-Am, but if anything, I think Mercedes are going to fly on those straights and Porsche is going to gain on those Mercedes during obviously going through turns and whatnot.
Mercedes to be then. We'll have to keep our eyes out on the one and only Audi on the grid as always in Dom Productions, who's going well. 20-minute practice session as always to start tonight. We're going to say hello to Smithy, hello to that Buzzy Boy, Peaceful Stepdaddy and Thompson, and Fury's granddad there as well. Thought I'd gone deaf. Evening all, good luck, go Fury. And a good look. Good evening, everyone, says Peaceful Stepdad. Yep, it's going to be an interesting evening. I'm going to run you through the championship tables at the moment, as we have 5 drivers tonight taking their double points. So a lot of guys been looking at this race. Maybe one of the drivers had to take it a little early because he's on holiday in the next couple of weeks, so maybe he's had to use his earlier than what he'd have wanted to. But 4 of the drivers at least are taking theirs because of how confident they must feel around Silverstone Grand Prix. But the tables are as follows. Fury leads the way, 7 points though, clear of KLF now after Kelly's great results last week. Fantastic drive from him. Dom Productions slipped to 3rd, but with KLF using his double points, he's 60 points behind him, so still in that title race. Nicky's up into 4th. He's still got double points to use. He's only 80 off the title lead. Argent's now up into 5th. NJ dropped to 6th, but obviously missed last week and still has to use his double points. Alfie is 7th with Smithy up into 8th place after a great double points round for him. DJ Phil is 9th with X-Mart in P10. BT Targa 11th, Stovsloff 12th. Dean Musocki 13th, Daniel Francis 14th, Aidan Bennett 15th and Leon Fernie 16th place. In the Constructors title then, it is Team Prolapse who for the first time this year lead that Constructors fight. 10 points clear of Forever Forward Racing, with Team Cool Runnings then in P3 jumping Lone Wolf Motorsport and Ready Set Go. Team Pro Lassie then come in P4 with Ready Set Go dropping from 3rd to 5th. Lone Wolf Motorsport in P6 ahead of MC Motorsport. Can MC Motorsport this week get that dual Porsche of the 2 MC Motorsport guys above Lone Wolf Motorsport? 3D printing and then Piston broke nearly at the 100-point mark this season. No real attributes in terms of race appearances tonight for anybody in the Pro-Am. The next driver in the Pro-Am, to get that is a long way down the list. It will be Fury, but that's 7 races from now. Now that's 7 races. That includes the Monday Night GT5s that he raced us in. Excuse me. And Liam, Fury's been a man this season who has taken 8 race wins out of the 12 races we've done. He's been in some fine form.
Yeah, I could kind of compare it to Monkey Boys. To be fair, he had a brilliant season 2, obviously coming down to Pro-Am after not exactly the best of a pro for season 1, but definitely got all those wins on the board, and wow, it was quite hard to challenge him, but I think there's quite a lot of people in the Pro-Am now to challenge Fury for his race win lead.
Yeah. And just looking at the other drivers to win races, we've had Kelly, who's took 2 race wins. X-Mart and BT Targa have had a winner piece as well. And then you've had the likes of Nicky, who's got a few seconds. NJ's been on the podium twice. Smithy got a second last week. Arjit's been on the podium a fair few times, only won second place. DJ Phil took a third in the very first race. Alfie took a second in the very first race. Don, he's had quite a few podiums as well. So it's interesting to see the guys around him who he is fighting. But Fury at the minute, 7 points behind. Yes, all right, he can take his double points over over KLF now, going forward for the rest of this season. He's got this week Sugo, Le Mans or Laguna Seca to take that. But do you see Kelly now started to put the pressure on Fury, of Fury needing to make sure that he gets them results sorted?
I think quite a lot of people could put the pressure on Fury, in my opinion. Obviously, when you start getting all these consistent wins or podiums or whatnot, you are going to obviously start putting the pressure on the person in front, which is, in this case, the First Stint Championship.
What pressure does Fury have here tonight, Liam, going into this one, as we keep saying? Makes a few mistakes when we see wet races, but he's quite good in the fully dry races. Is that something Fury's got to learn from this year and get right going forward?
Yeah, I think that's just anything now. With anything now, you're always having to learn the conditions of a track, and just learning the track's hard enough, never mind going into having like your conditions and whatnot. But I think with fairly good weather tonight, he could do fairly well.
Yeah, he could do as well. Evening to Disco McDisco Face as well. Nice to see you along here with us for tonight's journey, as we're on board with Don Productions, who's currently down in P11. Bit of a wiggle through there. Evening to Jamie Brazy as well. Hope you're having a nice holiday, Jamie. Jamie will be missing tomorrow night, so there's a bit for the guys to keep an eye on for, because he's missing the races. Liam, your teammate obviously missing tomorrow night. How does that keep you going forward in this one?
Well, I mean, as much as it shouldn't, I feel like I've got more pressure on me now that Jamie's not going to be here for tomorrow's race, both of tomorrow's races, should I say. Really look down on me to try and score some form of a point for the team.
Indeed, it is. Smithy, BT, Alfie, all in the pits. Just to say, Alfie has picked himself up a qualifying ban for this race, so he can go out and practice now, but he cannot qualify for the first race of this evening. As we'll get to Alfie. Don's just gone back into the pits. We will get to the qualifying stats in just a moment. We've got just under 10 minutes left, Liam, of this lap. It's going to be an interesting race tonight. Hopefully we get Aiden, like we say, and NJ and Leon Fernie to have a full grid here.
Yeah, you can't beat a race with a full grid. The more the merrier, as I say.
Indeed. 11 people watching, 13 likes. Guys, come on, let's get this video shared about a bit. Let's get this video shared about, get more people in and watching. We've been smashing the likes and smashing the views for the last couple of weeks. Recently since the start of the season. Let's get on and get on it for this one as well. Get it sharing right, get your friends and family on, get them all watching this race tonight, as it's coming towards the back end of the season, and a lot still to play for with these drivers. As we see Stealth off, the MC Motorsport Porsche, are these going to go back to the Lamborghini? A bit of rumours around if Welshie goes down. Obviously, will he go back to MC Motorsport? Will they be in the Lamborghini next season? We'll have to wait and see on that one. We'll have to wait to see if they stick with the Porsche, or if they do drop into the Lamborghini. So that's going to be an interesting one to keep our eye on, Leon.
Yeah, like I was going to say, the real question is, who's going to be staying in MC Motorsport, and who will be going if Welshie does get put to the Pro-Am?
Well, this is one of the biggest questions at the minute. What will happen next season? Daniel Francis, obviously independent. What will happen with him next year? Smithy in the chat saying, I missed last week's track. I can imagine why. We'll see what Smithy can do tonight. As what will Don and Daniel Francis do next season? Will they team up? Will they find a teammate? What are they going to do? What happens if one of them go up? Don's looking in a good position to go up at the moment. What will happen with that?
Well, like anyone would say, you just got to wait out to the end of the season, see what happens, and maybe start thinking what's going to happen. Because I mean, at this point, anything could be happening. But like I say, at the end of the season, that's when all the business gets put down.
Yeah, and I think, Liam, as well, I think one of the most important questions to notice is how well Don has done this year as a lone wolf, as his team is called. On his own, he's really done the job, hasn't he, for not just himself, but for the team.
Oh yeah, hats off to him. You can't take that stuff away from him. It's like, when you're an independent, I mean, as much as you got your, like, in terms of pit stops, you can do it whenever you want, and you don't have to be worried about going in at the same time as your teammate and whatnot. He puts a lot more pressure on you to try and push to get as many points as possible. Yeah,
completely know what you mean there. Daniel Francis as well, since he lost Cam, how do you think he's got on in that Mercedes-Benz?
I think he's done fairly well in it. To be fair, he's been quite up there since he has changed to the Mercedes. But I think that, to be fair, the Mercedes, in my opinion, has benefited Daniel Francis.
Evening to Daniel Francis in the chat as well. 15 people watching, 14 likes. So it's nice to see the people starting to tune in just as practice is coming to an end. Here's Nicky. He's currently X-Mark, the quickest guy out there on track, 1.6 ahead of Fury. Argent's up in P3. Dan Francis 4th, so it's the 4 Mercedes at the top. Nicky then, and KLF and Nicky then 5th and 6th, with Don in 7th. DJ Phil is 8th, Smithy 9th, Stelsloff 10th, Dean 11th. Dean not really got a proper lap time in at the minute. BT Targo well off the pace now. We're used to seeing him a bit more on the pace, aren't we?
Yeah, maybe it's just... he might, like I said Monday about you, maybe he's sandbagging a bit. Maybe he's sandbagging. Yeah, not showing his true pace.
We'll have to wait and see what Dean can do in the qualifying session that comes up. Obviously, he wasn't allowed to qualify last week. He is allowed this week, so he's going to have all that to do now, and to see what he can do in this is going to be very, very interesting to see.
Yeah, you don't want... Oh, it's Dean... Ran there a little bit. Yeah, you don't want to be getting your qualifying bans or race bans or anything, because that does not benefit you in the slightest for, well, trying to keep form in a season, really.
Disco with Disco Face. Kelly for a podium tonight, always strong and steady. Hello to you, Daniel says. Peaceful stepdad. Go get him, says the only G. And Kelly for the win, he says. So interesting to see G's thoughts. Obviously, G, very good round here, very good in the GT3 car, so it's to get an opinion from him. Obviously, you kind of look at and think, well, can Kelly do this tonight? What do you rate Kelly's chances? He's been consistent, 2 bad rounds at Catalonia and Donington, but he's been consistent everywhere else.
Yeah, I think with Kelly, you're going to have to put him up there with BT Targa, X-Mark, Fury and whatnot. He's a really good driver, really consistent. The only problem, I think, if I'm right, is those wet races.
Yeah.
It's just getting you. Like I said earlier, you need to just get used to the track, and then with that weather added to it, it's a bit of a all-over show, should I say?
An all-over show. Never heard that one before, but there we go then. As Kelly on track, currently down in P7th, as Don and BT have gone quicker, so the Mercedes-Benz are top 5 again, then an Audi, and then, it's Kieran there, a bit loosey-goosey coming through there, as Alfie, the only one who's not set time. I hope Alfie knew he could qualify for this round, but hasn't. Could practice for this round, but obviously he has to wait in the next part of qualifying to not go out on track and set a lap time then. So it's going to be interesting to see what everybody can do here.
Yeah, well, that's the same for any race, really. They're looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in the race, which we're here for.
Yeah, exactly. Smithy down in P11, quicker than Dean, and Dean only at the moment in time. Like I say, Alfie's not set lap. Stealth Sloth just ahead of Smithy. DJ Phil and Nicky running at around about the same pace. Only 1,000th of a second separating them guys. So they are doing a top job at the moment as they are. Daniel Francis then P5 currently. There's Argent, he's P4. They're separated by a couple of hundredths. What can they do in this one? There's 3.5 minutes left of the practice session. Xmart and Alfie still in the pit lane. And I thought Alfie may have wanted to tweak a bit of a last minute setup or something just before the end to get it all going.
Maybe he's got that perfect setup right there, but in the end of the day, there's no such thing as a perfect setup. There's a good setup, but I wouldn't say there's ever a perfect setup, because there's always something you can tweak that's going to make the car either faster or a lot better for the driver.
Yeah, it is going to be an interesting to see what these guys can do. Tyres tonight. How's your tyres been in practice in the week, Liam? Are they going to be a factor later on?
Yeah, I couldn't really say much about the tyres. The only thing I can say is if it depends on what tyre they're running, if it's a soft, a hard. But yeah, I don't really know much about what tyre wear is like, but it does definitely depend on what tyre they are on. Like,
do you reckon the soft tyres are the way to go tonight, or do you think it's hards all the way?
I would say hards all the way.
We'll have to keep our eyes on then what these guys can do. We'll have to see what these boys will do as the night goes on and as the session goes on. Like I say, pretty much a dry race tonight. Maybe a bit of cloud rolling in here or there. There's 19 people watching. Only 14 likes, guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. BT Targa and Fury, the only two within a second. Dean's gone P4, so he improved his time, and he's improved his time brilliantly. Into the 203s goes Dean then. So up into P4. Could this man then finally get some luck tonight and maybe get a podium, Liam? If he's got that pace, what can he do in the races?
Well, as we both know, it's not just about the pace, it's also about the consistency. And well, as he's twitchy there, that's the stuff he needs to be cutting out. To be fair, he can't be going fast one lap and going slow another. He just needs to keep it in that middle ground where you go trying to do the same lap over and over and over again.
Yeah, I agree with you. What about his teammate DJ Phil? What do you think to his chances tonight?
Well, DJ Phil, he's what, about 3 seconds off of his teammate. We both know Phil can be consistent. He does have his quiet races, but definitely keeps that consistency there. So I mean, it's possible he could have his decent races in season 1. Obviously, he's taken 2 race wins, if I'm right.
Yeah, he did in season 1 back at Monza, which we're at for the last round of the season. So it'll be interesting to see what DJ Phil can do there. Obviously, back at the Italian circuit for the finale of this season 3 before we head into season 4. Who is going to be up for the race wins there? Then will the title be still up for grabs? Will the title be up for grabs, or will it not? Will Fury have wrapped it up? Will it be up for grabs in the Pro? We've seen some great Pro racing this year. Dan obviously closing the gap on Gary as Aidan Bennett does join the session. So we are up to 14 drivers.
Always. Kieran's gone fastest.
He has gone fastest with a 2:01.8. That is a hell of a time from Kieran. So decent lap from Argent. That Disco Face. Dean Carr looks a bit oversteering massively as we lose Aidan Bennett. Hopefully we can get him back in. He's got plenty of time. As there is still excuse me, a bit of a hiccup. There is still 10-minute qualifying to go. So hopefully we get back in. So then, Argent from Xmart, Fury, BT Targa, Dean Wasaki, Daniel Francis, Don Productions, KLF, Nicky, DJ Phil, Stealth Sloth, Smithy, and Alfie didn't set a time. Hopefully Aidan can get himself in time, and then we can go away. Get away. So then what can these guys do here tonight? What can everybody do on the qualifying session as we are coming towards the end of this practice? People just on their last times, plenty of people left in the pit lane. What are these boys going to do from here? It's going to be a tough race as we go through the evening, and it's going to be an even more important qualifying session tonight, because you really feel, Liam, that track position round here could mean a lot in terms of the qualifying place. I'll take that lap. Mega lap, says Kieran. Hi, says Dean. Disco, great lap, Argent. Now got to string them together. Not looking forward to this, says Daniel Francis.
So maybe not feeling it with the car for tonight, then.
Yeah, maybe not feeling it in the car. Maybe not feeling it in the track either. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe a bit of both somewhere. Maybe just trying to push that little bit too hard. We'll have to wait and see what happens in the night. Then there is your final standings for the practice, and we'll be right underway with qualifying in just a moment. Someone has the ready up button, as I had to back out, press the wrong button to back out. It sounded like it was you, Liam.
Yep, it was me.
There we go then. There we go then. So 14 drivers in. Aidan Bennett left the session. No, Aidan Bennett's still not managed to get himself in yet. So let's hope he can get himself into this session then, as we are about to get ourselves underway for qualifying.
Yeah, and I had a question for you, Matt. Who, just through that practice session, who would you have to put your money on for pole for tonight?
Who would I say is on pole tonight? Oh, that's a great question. It's hard to look past the Mercedes-Benz of BT, Fury and X-Smart, if I'm going to be brutally honest with you. But with Argent Slap just saying and Dean chucking it in the mix, if you can't hook a lap up in that 10 minutes, could be anybody's game. Yourself?
I'm going to have to obviously go with either the Mercedes or... It's more of a free-for-all today, is obviously, like you say, you've got some different people up at top, well, not even up at top, near pole position, not too far off at fastest, so it's really anyone's game at this point. But I mean, just seeing Kieran's pace there, I'd have to, you've got to say Kieran after that amazing lap.
Yeah, can he get it hooked up this time is my question to Kieran. Can he get it on the money where we can get that lap in? 2:01, that's, you know, that's good enough for a pro pace. So Aidan Bennett joins again. Let's hope he can get in and get himself qualifying. So it'd be a shame for Aidan to miss out after he had to miss last week. Obviously we'll want the points, we'll want to get started, we'll want to get points on the board. Obviously we'll reveal the double points takers in the middle of this session. But who is the one to watch out for tonight? Obviously Alfie can't qualify, so he's going to start 14th if Aidan gets in, 13th if he doesn't. And for Alfie here, obviously he missed last week as well. This is going to be a crucial night tonight. Do you want some Q1 averages?
Oh yes.
Of course you do. You want some Q1 averages. Best average qualifying is Fury and BT Targa. Second place they average. BT's got a first and a third. Fury has only had a lowest of P2. Has never started off of the front row of the grid. So Fury really is a qualifier to watch in this Q1. The worst average qualifying, you have to look at three drivers. That is DJ Phil Green, Alfie and Leon Fernie, even though Leon Fernie's not been here for quite a few races. They all average 12th place. Three drivers also on 11 is Stealth Sloth, Aidan Bennett and Smithy. So with them guys averaging 12 and 11, it's not really that close. It's the two guys on 2, then it's a good strong sort of midfield battle. You look at like Kelly, who's second in the title, doesn't qualify great. He averages a P7. He's only got a best of a P5. So he's got work to do if he's to qualify well and strong in this one tonight.
Yeah, well, it goes for anyone. Everyone wants to be qualifying very strongly, and how I think of it in qualifying, in my opinion, is as much as it puts you where you are on the grid, it's your race pace and consistency that means everything.
Yeah.
There's no points for a Saturday.
Exactly, no points for a Saturday, as they say, obviously, meaning in terms of qualifying. What are we expecting then? We are waiting for our first lap times to come in. Obviously, it's just over 2 minutes a lap here for a lap time, so it's going to take a while, about 4 or 5 minutes to get the laps in. So you really want to be on it from the word go. BT's in the pits, and he really does kind of want to get out of the pits and on it here, because the longer he's in there, the less time he's getting. Aidan Bennett has joined again. Hopefully he can get in. I'm not sure what problems he's having. Hopefully he can get in. And then we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, maybe just having some connection problems with the server or something. Maybe his internet's blocking him out or something. But from the looks of it, it's something.
Yeah, something not quite right there. If he's not in for race 1, hopefully we can get him in for race 2. Unfortunately, if that is to be the case, again, everybody, get your friends, get your family watching. Let's get as many likes on the stream. We've been smashing the thumbs up button and smashing the views for the last couple of weeks. Let's keep this momentum going. And keep up with, keyword, massive word. And keep up with the form. X-Mark currently on provisional pole from Dan Francis. Don, then Argent, but you'd say Don and Argent's got a lot more time to give. Dean now pops it into second place with a 2:03.7, 1.5, just under 1.5 off of the pole time. But the main thing is to keep this thing, keep it going, and keep it really sort of working hard. You don't want to go back, you don't want to drop off for a lap. You need to keep pushing hard, as the game keeps telling me I'm not a member, so denied access. Strange. We'll have to get Aidan Bennett in for race 2, it looks like. Not sure what is happening there then with Aidan's game or whatever, but that is a strange one. I thought I was on a penalty. BT is on a penalty. No, apologies, BT is on a penalty, as well as Alfie. Apologies for that one. He is on a qualifying ban. Apologies, BT. No, you all right. Well done for reminding me. Crazy day today, absolute mental day today. Apologies for that one. Yes, so BT and Alfie are both on a qualifying ban. Evening to Welshie as well. BT Targa then will have to start this race at the back of the grid. It doesn't look like we're going to get Aidan Bennett in, so Alfie then has been technically promoted to 12th place when Nicky gets his lap time in. That will really ruin BT Targa's first race. His now average qualifying is down to 5th. So it's now a battle between Fury and X-Mark for pole. Dean is currently in 3rd still. Dan Francis is 4th at the minute. Kelly's 5th. DJ Phil's up in 6th, but he's not. He's just come out of the pit, so he needs to get a wriggle on here. He's only going to get 1 flying lap in. Dean was up on his time. Looks like he's got enough time to maybe get 2 more laps in here. Nice and steady through Stowe. Down towards Club he comes then, and what can he do? Very little tricky section of the track this. Got to make sure you get that first left-hander right. Really sets you up for this double right-hander. And he'll be flat scat to the line from here, as Nicky has gone and done a time. He's good enough for P8. Dean then's going to cross the line now. He's gone P2 into the 2:02, so Dean Wisocki there. Heck of a time, only 2/10 off the pole, so he'll be pleased with that. Can he keep it going now? He'll get 2 more runs out of this, so can he keep plugging away at this one and get this one done?
He'll be happy with that. If I know Dean, which I do, he'll be absolutely amazed by that.
Oh, there's the Don off. Can't see anything, says Welshie. What do you mean you can't see anything, Welshie? Not sure what he means by that. Everybody else, I think, can see everything fine. But yeah, it's interesting. Excuse me. Oh, Don. Heck of a slide there as well. So, Dean, X-Mark from Dean, from Dan, from Fury. Kelly, Don, Nicky in the pits. Oh, Smithy's had a huge incident. Them guys have got to come up straight out the pits if they're going to get another lap in here. Argent down in P11, really struggling.
Oh, so Kieran, that he'll not be happy with that. That's something we can all say here. He'll be not pleased with that, especially with what time he did during that practice session. But it is what it is in the end of the day. I think it'd be, if he starts there and he builds his positions up, as he's had a bit of a slide on there.
Screen was blank, but got it back now, says Welshie, so it's good to see Welshie back. Yeah, sorry Liam, go on.
Even if he starts in 11th and let's say he can get himself in that podium spot, I would say that's a better race than starting near top and getting the podium, to be fair.
Well, let's see what happens here. Obviously the rules have changed for Pro-Am tonight. You don't have to do your 2 pit stops, as Argent improves by 3 seconds. You don't have to do your 2 pit stops. If you have the damage that is making the car undrivable and undrivable in a straight line as well, then you are allowed to pit before the pit window. We are testing this in the Pro-Am. It's not for the Pro guys, just for Pro-Am. As DJ Phil let Dean through there. Dean's about to finish the lap then. Is he up any on this lap? Let's see as he crosses line. DJ Phil up like he was a bit slow. Nicky Smithy and Dan Francis in the pit, so they will be done. Dean didn't improve this time around, so can Dean now get that one last lap in where he can improve it? Damn it, half a second off and lost control coming into the hangar straight. What a shame for Dan Francis, because that would have given him provisional P1. Dan Francis, a great qualifier 1. Obviously, because if he gets the right results here, he has to start reverse grid further back. But has got a pole position to his name this year, last week at Zhuhai in race 2. But Daniel Francis averages P5 with a best of 4th. This would be his best at the minute. Dean's gone into the pit, so he's done. So provisionally, this man has pole. Fury, though, 6/10 off the pole. What can he do? He's got a lot of work to do. 6/10 is a lot of time to gain in terms of getting the time back for enough time. He's 7/10 up, so he's got enough here. X-Mark's returned to the pits, so he clearly wasn't up neither.
Yeah, like I was thinking this a second ago. If Fury doesn't get this lap done and gets himself either on pole or go past Dean for second, that record of being on the front row for every qualifying one
remains intact, doesn't it? So qualifying is done. Yeah. There is a car in front of Fury that's just gone to the pit. So Fury is the next car, or the first car that will finish his time. What is he going to do as he crosses it? He's gone P1, so Fury then takes the pole away from X-Mark, demotes Dean and Dan down to 3rd and 4th. Who is left on track? DJ Phil. It's not him next to cross the line. Is it Don? No, it's not the Don. It's Argent. Argent was the next one to cross the line. Now, 26 seconds down. What can he do from here? Only goes P5. Now then, back to Don Productions. What can Don Productions do? He's gone into the pit, so he's called it a time. DJ Phil next then, and then it's Stealth Sloth. We've got a bit of a wait before Stealth Sloth comes back round. Currently down in P11th at the minute. Needs 1.1 seconds to get back above Smithy in this timing zone at the moment. Portugal just scored a penalty, says Alfie. Damn it, half second up coming into onto hangar straight to Daniel Francis. Pushed too hard, said Dean, and he'd have been good for that pole. And I mean, to be 4/10 off the pole, Dean Wisocki, great job from him as DJ Phil comes out the final corner, down the start straight, crosses the timing line, no improvement. So it's just Self-Sloth we await for then, who's coming down the hangar straight now. And what can he do from this position? He needs to find just a small bit of time, Liam. Can he get it done?
Yeah, there's always time on the track, and as we both know, the Porsche is a really good car. It's not as fast as the Mercedes in the streets, but it's not as slow as like the Acura or the Ginetta, if I'm right, in a straight line. It's fairly good in a straight line, but it's good in a straight line. Good, yeah.
So X-Mark then will start 2nd place. Dean Wisocki will get his best qualifying of a P3, with Daniel Francis coming in 4th place. Great job from them too. Daniel Francis keeping up his qualifying average, which is now improved to 4th place from 5th, so he's really doing a good job. Argent went 5th towards the end, but he couldn't do enough to get ahead of Daniel or Dean Wisocki. KLF a 6th place in a quiet qualifying for him, with DJ Phil up in P7. Not bad for DJ Phil, say he only averages P12 in Q1. P7 is the best he got today. Nicky a bit down the order, averages 6th, but down in 9th place for this one. That could hurt his average, and it does. It drops him to 7th place. Don Productions, bit of a poor quiet qualifying by his standards as well. He only gets P8. Smithy then will get a top 10 in qualifying. Is he being able to try and keep up that form and momentum from last week? As Stealth Sloth he improved a little bit, but not enough to get ahead of Smithy. So Stealth Sloth then will start in P11, 12th for Alfie, and 13th for BT Targa then. So we are ready to get this race underway. We're just waiting for the black guy to ready up. Stealth Sloth for driver of the day already, says Hayden Bennett. I have pace, but I hate this layout, says Daniel Francis. Can tell from last night, says that Buzzy Boy. Top take a P3, says Dean, and I like last night's layout. Liam, wink face to you. Then, as we say, an evening to Fury's mum, Fury's granddad. Nice one, Fury. Evening to Fury's mum. So nice to see the Fury massive in the chat as always. Brilliant to see them here cheering on their son / grandson. It's nice to see the support that Fury gets.
It's nice to see support anyone gets, to be fair.
It is, yeah. It is brilliant when the families come in and others come in to support the drivers. It's really nice to see, especially when remember last week when Don and Gary and NJ, they were all on holiday. They got to see Smithy cross the line P3. Obviously, took the P2 in terms of the points because Mace Game is not scoring. How nice would that have been for Smithy? You know, I mean, he'd have been buzzing off of that, and in fact, he was buzzing for a few days after, if I am right. So I've been told.
Well, you will, to be fair. Anyone will, after obviously getting a qualifying.
Sorry, Liam. Peaceful Explosion in the chat, aka Michael Matthews. Remember the rules that amended, guys. Cars need to be undrivable, i.e. pulling to one side to pit early before the pit window and not need to pit again. Good luck, he says. Obviously, Peaceful been promoted to main admin nowadays, fulfilling his duties as a admin. Welshie will be dreading tomorrow night. Welshie will be sat there looking at this grid and going, oh, this gives me flashback of season 1 when I dropped the pad first race of the season and the pad went drop and it retired me from the race, and he's going to absolutely kill me for saying that one. But here we go then, we're all syncing up. Fury's giving it a bit of the flash of the lights. The lights are going red. It's 3, 2, 1, go here. And it's a great start with the looks of it from Dean. Daniel Francis has not moved. And Don has been catapulted round 3 cars. So did Alfie, but Dean Wysocki got a great launch already into the lead of this race. Fury is hassling him, but Dean stays round the outside of the farm curve and will be on the inside for this corner. Get that braking early in. He looked like he braked a bit too late there, and Fury's going to look back at him. But again, Dean just covering off that inside line here. So a great start from Dean Wysocki already in the start of this race. Daniel Francis did not move off the line, Liam.
No, I wonder what happened there. He just went flying in the air after not starting, and Don Productions in background as well got hit, which I'm presuming was someone trying to avoid Daniel Francis's car in the air.
Dean then leads down the Wellington straight and has not lost that lead to Fury at the moment. Peaceful Stepdad, good luck everyone. Crossed fingers, he says. A bit of a flash from Fury already, giving Dean the hurry up then as they come through Brooklands and Luffield. Not Maggots and Beckett's, as Liam pointed out to me the other night. Down then the old start straight in towards the old turn 1. Round they go now. Back onto the power. Short run now down towards Maggots and Beckett's. Not really an overtaking section, but is Fury going to look to get the job done on Dean Wysocki here? The camera changes. Yeah. Dean stays and Fury, they stay side by side. I think Dean just stays in front as they come through Maggots Beckett's towards the hangar. Straight they go, and Dean does keep that lead of this race. What a drive from Dean at the moment.
Oh yeah, you've got to give it to him. He's managed to fend off from Fury, the championship contender.
Championship leader. X-Mart's gaining on the back of Fury as well as they come down towards the Stowe corner then. And what a job Dean is doing at the minute then as they're coming through Stowe now. Down the Vale straight towards Club, and Dean then would have technically led the full lap here. He started third, got pole before turn 1, got the lead before turn 1, and X-Mart's looking a bit racy on Fury. Dean though hasn't had the best run out of Club, and Fury now can attack him, but he's staying just behind. Dean already going a little defensive as they come in down the Hamilton straight towards Abbey for the second time in this 15-lap race. Don is already into the pits, and Dean brakes really early, but Fury is so wide. Dean, can he keep that momentum and that run going? X-Mart may try and follow Dean through round the farm curve towards the village. Is X-Mart going to look on Dean? No, he's not. Dean managing to try and stick that McLaren back up to Fury. Alfie as well is in the pits, as is BT Targa then. So a few drivers already in the pit lane, and Dean now having to hang on after a mistake through Club. Fury's got past him. He's now got BT Targa coming down the Wellington straight all over the rear of him. 3 cars then. All the 3 that was caught up on the start line incident, bar Daniel Francis, are all in the pits.
Oh,
Dean!
What happened there? Oh,
Dean's made a mistake. He's lost the rear a little bit. I think Kieran Argent has as well. Nicky's had a great start. I've not seen Nicky. Great start from him. He's up to 4th from 9th on the grid. Argent and Dean then just got the rear end stepping out a little bit, and you wouldn't believe it then. They've just lost an extra place. Dean's now dropped to 3rd. Kieran's dropped down to P5, and at the minute it's Fury from X-Mart. Can X-Mart now hunt down the championship leader?
That is the question we'll be all asking right now. Can he hunt him down and take that race Fury, which will stop him getting his 9th race win, if I'm right?
It will, yeah. It is the 9th race win for him. As can Dean now build that momentum and get back on it? Argent you're seeing all over the back of Nicky already, and he will admit consistency is where he lacks at this moment. Aidan Bennett, what a lap 1 from Dean. Indeed it was. Can he get back on this now? Kelly's down in P6. DJ Phil has stayed 7th. One man who's made a bit of progress his way. In fact, 2 men is Stowe Slough and Smithy. They're up to 8th and 9th. Smithy's gained 2 places on the opening couple of laps. And here he is, bit of damage to that car, but obviously still feeling like he can drive it. Pit window is at the end of lap 5, as Dean then needs to make sure he gets club right this time around. He doesn't want to have a mistake like last time, and he has! Club again! There he goes, he's just brushed the wall. That shouldn't be too bad, but Nicky's through, Argent's through, Kelly goes through as well. 2 laps in a row, Liam. Dean has lost it at club, and he's gone in 2 laps, the space of 1st to 6th.
Yeah, these are the kind of things Dean needs to be cutting out, making those silly little mistakes. And you can't really say consistency yet. We're only 3 laps in, so you don't know what laps he's been doing yet. But it's just those silly mistakes he needs to cut out, if anything.
Yeah, needs to get rid of their mistakes. Kelly now up into P5, and he's on the back of Argent. What can he do? DJ Phil now on the back of his teammate as well. Argent already looking defensive down the Wellington straight towards Brooklands and Luffield. A bit early to go defensive, if you ask me. That Merc has the pull down this straight. We saw Kieran made a little mistake here on the last lap. Looks like he's got it all nice and tidy through there this time. Can Kelly get back on the rear of him? What can Dean do now from P6? Smithy's only a couple of seconds behind Dean and DJ Phil. DJ Phil, though, hassling the back of Dean, according to my timing screens. Oh, not hassling the rear of him too much. Dean just managing to pull a gap a little bit. Can Smithy get on the rear of DJ Phil for an extra place? The confidence Smithy would have got from last week will be incredible. Still soft, still ninth. Dan, down in P10. What kind of damage does Daniel Francis have after a poor getaway? In fact, not a getaway that didn't exist. That car, I can't imagine Daniel Francis is weaving like that. Why he hasn't brought that into the pits? That seems...
Oh, it is.
Obviously with the rule changing, he could have probably pitted end of lap 1 to get that car in and get the job done. There is Don Productions who pitted. BT Targa and Alfie as well have both pitted, so what can they do? Argent now has dropped KLF and is now hunting the back of the Team Prolapse car of Nicky then. Into Stowe they go for the 3rd time, down the Vale straight. Dean, what is going through his head when he gets to this part of the track already, because he knows he's got to get it right. Kieran on the brakes, really gaining on the back of Nicky then. Into club he goes. Is he trying to get the cut back on Nicky? Can't really get it done there, so he'll continue on his merry way, and we'll have to follow Nicky for at least a little longer. Good start though, Liam, good start.
Oh, yeah, brilliant start, but taking out obviously what happened with Daniel Francis, I think it was really good start, especially with Dean leading the race.
It'll be interesting to see what Daniel Francis says in the break. Obviously, he just didn't move, did he, off the line? It was like whether he'd missed a gear or just got that slower start. I said to you and Daniel last night, I'm struggling to start the Mercedes, and lo and behold, the Mercedes didn't get off the line there. So I hope I didn't jinx Daniel Francis by saying that. Argent now looks like he's got some tremendous pace on the Wellington straight. Dean is starting to gain on Kelly and pull away from DJ Phil, as Argent really closing onto the back of Nicky then. Just goes a little deep in towards Brooklands, gets that one tidied up, and now into Luffield he goes. Nicky taking a bit of a wide... Sorry, go on, Liam.
Kieran looking very pushy tonight. Looks quite good as well. With how he's doing, is nearly in the podium spot. The only thing is what will be going through his head: can he push for that race win? But does he want to push for that race win? Because
he's very wide there, so he's going to have to yield a bit of time there. He was very wide, and I don't know how much time he's going to have to yield as the cameraman now picks up Argent.
Dude. Did he yield any time's the question, because obviously we couldn't see because the cameraman taking a look at the scenery.
Yeah, I think he did, because Kelly looks a lot closer to Argent than he did last time round. Now, what's happened to Dean? He's behind DJ Phil and has lost it again somewhere, so he... Excuse me, in 4 laps, Dean has had 4 mistakes, in 4 laps, so he's making a mistake a lap at the minute. Stelfsoff and Smithy are gaining on Dean, they're also having a little battle. Here comes Argent then, in towards Club Corner, can't get the move done there.
No, he's looking for any opportunity, and every opportunity he's gone to go for. Nicky's managed to cover it off quite nicely, to be fair.
Now DJ Phil has pitted here on lap 4. That's a lap early for me, unless he's had a crash and has had significant damage. I'm not sure what he's done there. We've had a retirement from the race. We're down to 12 runners. Liam, can you see who's retired from the race? Smithy. We've lost Smithy. Oh, what's happened to Smithy? Well, what a shame.
What's happened to him? So.
Well, I hope we can get him back in. I hope we can get him back in for the second race. DJ Phil, then let's hope he's got big damage, because he'll need to prove the damage otherwise. Because I don't think he was. Well, he's in the pits. He seems to be in the pits for a long time. It's a long pit lane here. Smithy has retired from the race. Argent trying to get past Nicky now. Then Dean. Then 4 seconds behind Kelly. What can he do? That's give Stelzloff 7th. As DJ Phil is now just coming out the pits. So.
Does he have any damage is the question.
Well, did he have any damage? He'd have repaired it now, wouldn't he? So that's going to be the question. See, damn, I forgot to push my pit limiter button. Oh, he got disqualified. Did Smithy?
Oh.
Went in too hot into the pits and got disqualified. What a shame for him. He'll be back in the next race, though, for sure. As then, what did DJ Phil's... Kieran. Did Kieran and Nicky just have a bit of contact there? Kieran across the grass at Maggots and Beckett's gives Nicky the place back. But was there just a bit of a tap between the two of them? The pit window is now open at the end of lap 5. So DJ Phil has pitted 2. In fact, I got a text off DJ Phil before, just as the race started. I forgot to fuel. So did DJ Phil then under fuel in this race? Is that why he's had to pit here?
That is a good question. And would that go under the rule of damage?
Well, it's not just damage, is it? If you can't drive the car because you're out of fuel, you've got to refuel early. So, yeah, that would count. Argent again just clipping the grass, making a little mistake once more. Dean is being caught by Stelzloff here.
Oh.
I'm gutted, says Smithy in the chat. Yeah, is Dean now just pushing? He's made 1 or 2 mistakes. Is he now just pushing too hard to recover his earlier mistakes? It's what Dean does best, if you ask me. He does make these little errors where he will just then push too hard and overdrive the car. He's been criticised of it a lot of times in the past. It's Fury from Exmont. Nicky and Argent, they're still battling away for P3 here. Kelly just in the background can't seem to get on the... And Argent again... Very wide and all over the grass, and he's losing out to Nicky massively here. Pit window is now open, so the guys can pit. They could have pitted at the end of last lap. The guys can now pit, so it's going to be interesting to see what these boys do now.
Yeah, so looks like Kieran's is going quite wide on some of the turns, and well, from the looks of it, it's got Kelly to be able to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, as Kelly will want to get past, he'll want to get through, he'll want to make sure he keeps as many points close to Fury as possible and not lose that many. But we'll have to see as we keep going in it. Daniel Francis then is into the pits at the end of lap 5. He's making his pit stop that he probably could have made at the end of lap 1 after not being able to get that Mercedes off the line. Here comes Kieran then. Oh, Kelly very, very wide then coming through the old turn 1. Cops Corner. I always forget what that corner's called. Cops Corner into Maggots and Beckett's Chapel Curve we go now, as Kieran just seemed a bit slow through there for me. He just didn't seem wheel disconnected on the pad. Too much damage is undrivable. Sorry all. So the wheel for Daniel Francis is disconnected, so he's having to race this one on the pad. That will explain with that bit of damage why he was all over the place a minute ago. That explains why he didn't get going. What a shame for Daniel Francis then. He's trying to obviously get to the 3/4 mark, which is lap 12.
Oh.
That is Kelly diving into the pit lane here then at the end of lap 6. Gets the car slowed down in time, and in he goes as Argent then has got past Nicky at this moment in time. Argent then up into P3, but he's just making a few mistakes. Can he keep hold of it now and be consistent? They've managed to put a lap on Daniel Francis as he is now out of the pit lane. You'll see him arrive in the background in just a moment. There he is. So obviously clearly struggling. Dean's now up into 5th. Now Dean's teammates DJ Phil is pitted. When will he pit? Will it be wise to undercut Argent and Nicky and maybe try and make that time up? He's obviously not thinking about it at the moment. Nearly at half distance. In fact, we probably are at half distance actually. 7 of 15.
Yeah.
So then, Fury 3.9 ahead of Exmart, and Fury not being challenged at the minute. Exmart P2, Argent's now into 3rd. Nicky was having a look there. The Mercedes seems good at the moment, but Kieran, there's Alfie round in the background at the exit of Luffield into Brooklands. Nicky just having a look at Argent. Argent I saw have a bit of a wiggle coming through Brooklands. So gutted, says Smithy. I bet Smithy, go get yourself a cup of coffee or tea or a beverage and get your head reset for race 2. You get to qualify at least. So get it on, bang it on pole position. PT Targa not really making the progression through the field that we know he can. So you've got to get to lap 12 to score points. I think Argent has now dropped Nicky, and barring a mistake, that'll be that one. Dan Francis is right behind Alfie here. So Dan Francis took a pole last week. Could he be the favourite to take pole in this one? 13 started, so the top 6 won't qualify for the next race. At the minute, that's down to Stelsloff as Kelly has pitted and he's down in 7th, and DJ Phil's down in 8th after his pit stop at the moment. They see Daniel Francis trying to do this on the pad. There is Dean Wysocki in the background. What's Dean got to do in this race, Liam? His lap times have started to just come down a little bit, seeming that he's getting that consistency back. But what's he got to do to get back on the pace and try and gain or jump Kelly or Argent in the pit, or Nicky in the pits?
The only way I can think of jumping him in the pits would be doing the undercut, overcut, whichever one he can do the undercut, overcut, like I say. But if anything, he just needs to stop pushing so hard, because from what it looks like, Dean's just pushing too hard and he's making too many mistakes, as Dean's actually in the pits now.
So Dean has came in, so maybe then he's going for that undercut. Maybe he's listening to the stream and is listening to us. You know, maybe the undercut might work in terms of catching Nicky and Argent, especially if these two have a bit of a coming together, or maybe lose it somewhere.
Yeah,
Kelly's got past Dean in the pits. Question is, where's DJ Phil? He's not. He's just coming around the final couple of corners now. It's a long, slow pit lane here, so Dean has got a long time to get out of this pits. He's coming out now, so I don't think DJ Phil's going to get past him. Don Productions and BT Targa on the back of Don. So Dean then, who's off the limiter and is coming out the pit lane now. He hasn't hit the wall on the exit to the pits, has he? Because if he has, maybe that's why we heard him rev the car. His bumper's hanging off. Now, has he hit the wall on the exit to the pits? If he's going to got himself some more damage, that's another mistake in this race, in which with DJ Phil, Don and BT Targa on the back of him, Dean could rue losing even more places. What was once P1 is now slowly dropping off, and if that is damage to the front of his car, he's not going to need that with Don and BT Targa coming as well. Close to the back of Phil. There's Don, there's BT Targa. Argent's dropped away from Nicky slightly. Stelsloff's up into 5th, not yet pitted though. Here is Daniel Francis, close to Alfie then, as Argent has put a lap on him. There's Alfie. And now don't forget, lap cars do not have to get out of the way for these drivers. They can stay in front and can keep themselves ahead. It's down to leaders to unlap themselves here then. Daniel Francis, obviously let's hope he can get the wheel reconnected. He may have to reload the game for the next race, and he'll be able to qualify as well, so that's a shame for him. As Dean then is being passed by his teammates. So does Dean have damage? That's another place loss for Dean Wysocki. DJ Phil is now through. He's soon going to have Don Productions on his rear. I tell you what, if you want to say about a bad race, Liam, you have to just point at one man at the moment. And I know Daniel's wheel's disconnected, but from leading the race, qualifying, your best qualifying this season in Q1, down to P9 at the minute, P8, sorry. As Don and BT, I mean, what do you say about it?
He'll be gutted. That's the only thing you can say. I mean, I'm gutted for him myself, but he'll be even more gutted, to be fair.
Yeah, he's got to work. Oh, Don there, just making a mistake coming into club corner. So we'll have to wait and see what Don can do from there. And the two McLaren going fighting in combat. DJ Phil's actually gapped Dean a little bit there.
Oh, so maybe Dean did hit that wall.
I think Dean's hit the pit wall and is struggling with damage here. I really do.
That's a possibility, but if he has got damage, would you say it's worth him jumping in to get that damage fixed so then he can stop being as slow as he is?
Well, I mean, he's already down in P8, so I mean, what harm would it do? Maybe try and go to lap 12. Come on! Oh, he's made it. There's another mistake. And BT Targa looks like he's going to get through. I think Don's had a bit of a spin in the background. Yeah, Don's going across the grass as well. So Don having a bit of a moment again, but Don pretty much inevitable that he'll get past Dean Wysocki here. Daniel Francis has got past Alfie according to our timing screens. Although the times are wrong. 2:18 Daniel's behind the leader, 2:16 for Alfie. We're going to stay with this though. BT Targa having a look at Dean, can't get the job done. Coming into Cop's corner. As Argent then brings it into the pits at the end of lap 9. And Dean just gets done by that Mercedes so easily. Dean has definitely hit the pit wall on the exit.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. To be fair, it's either it's happened there or when he's bent off, he's gone into the wall.
Well, we've seen him coming out the pits with the bumper like that, so he's either not repaired damage, or he's hit. If you go back in the stream, you'll hear Dean. He sort of revs like mad, as if he's already been in the wall, coming up the hill after he's took the limiter off. So Dean here, poor Dean. He's gone from qualifying third to leading the race to now P9, and Don inevitably will get past eventually as well. Very quiet in the comments tonight. Fury leading from Xmart. That gap is now 5.5 seconds. Nicky 34 behind, but Nicky and Stealth not yet pitted in 4th and 3rd. Here goes BT Targa looking for a move on DJ Phil into Abbey. Pulls back in. Thinks better of that this time around then. What's he going to do? Looking round the farm curve. Not looking at anywhere yet. Does he try and make that move into Village? No, coming towards the loop section of the track. Try for the call. Oh, DJ Phil's had a spin. Yeah, he's had a spin. BT Targa around the outside, easy as you like. Dean with Sock, he's got past Phil as well. But we know has he? No, they're side by side, are the two teamates. Dean wide onto the grass. He's got him. Yeah, he's done him now. Race leader into the pits at the end of lap 10. So Dean back up. Xmart follows in as well. There is Nicky then. Will Nicky dive into the... I mean, look how far the leaders are in front. They're in the pits, and Nicky's only just down the hanger straight. They're flying.
Yep. They've got a bit of the key word that we have, momentum.
They are absolutely flying. Now then, Xmart past Fury in the pits. And Fury has passed him as he's on his way out the pits.
Fury's out the pits.
So then, Nicky came in as well. So Nicky then comes in at the end of lap 10. So where is Argent? Let's keep our eyes on Argent. He's coming down Vale. Yeah, Stealth Sloth looks like he's coming into the pits. He has done as well. So let's see what Argent can do. Nicky's dot is moving slowly, I think. So I think Nicky's away. We can't really see him. There's Argent. We can't see Nicky at all. The cameraman is not going to zoom in on him. So there's Argent. I don't think Nicky's away, actually. So I think Argent's going to do him. And I tell you what, I think KLF may jump his teammate here. He has. KLF jumps his teammate to Nicky, having a bit of a longer pit stop than he'd have liked here then. And KLF gets an extra spot up into P4. Stealth Sloth P6. BT is 7th. There's Don Productions on the back of DJ Phil. DJ Phil still not past Dean, and Stealth Sloth stays P6. So BT not able to get past him yet, but will surely be flying for that final qualification spot for the next race. Don then struggling behind DJ Phil at the moment. DJ Phil wide at the farm curve. Will defend though into Village. He's very wiggly as DJ Phil, and Don's got to be very careful there. And just has to slam on the brakes a little bit to stop DJ Phil from sort of squirming into the side of him.
Yeah, DJ Phil looking quite, as you say, squirrely.
Yeah, Dean's been able to pull away from this little group as well, hasn't he, after DJ Phil's spin. He's been able to sort of get his head back down, lapping similar, you know, just a bit off the pace of BT Targa, which for Dean's not bad, as he managed to get his head back settled now and get himself into a rhythm with this damage.
Yeah, it's just something you get sometimes when you get damage. I know me, when I've had damage, I'll be driving, I do lap after lap, and after so long you obviously get used to the car being how it is, so you just naturally driving the car not feeling any much of a difference.
Indeed. Xmart third, second, Argent third. Curly was trying to catch him. Here's BT Targa after a terrible lap one, involved in a start line collision, trying to get on the back of Stealth Sloth here. And there's Daniel Francis, bless him. He's struggling on the pad. He's got to get to lap 12 though. Lap 12 himself, not lap 12 overall, so he's got to get himself to lap 12 to score points. And here then goes BT Targa, who's going to look up the inside of Stealth Sloth. And Stealth Sloth's had a very quiet, good race tonight. Daniel Francis looks like he's going to try and follow through as well. Oh, just tapped her ear in Stealth Sloth.
Take them both.
Daniel Francis losing the car, taps the rear of Stealth Sloth. What a shame, but that'll allow Dean up into 7th now, and Stealth drops to P8, P9, P10 in fact, because Don and DJ Phil have got past. Poor Stealth Sloth there. Alfie struggling tonight, but he's able to qualify for the next one after a qualifying ban in this first race.
Oh, Don
had a mistake. He has. He's had a huge off. So Stealth Sloth will quickly get that one place back. Don really needs to try and get on the rear end of... Oh, he's Stealth Sloth very wide out last corner. Don needs to try and get back on the rear end of DJ Phil. Everybody's pitted here. So everybody's done in terms of their pit stop. So we'll have to see what will happen in just a moment. But so far, Nicky's got back ahead of Kelly by 10 seconds. So has Kelly had a moment somewhere? BT Targa's now gaining on the rear of Kelly. So I wonder then, has KLF 900 made a mistake somewhere? There's Dean. There he is.
It doesn't look like he's got any damage, so that's a good sign so far. Yeah, it is a possibility. Is that Daniel
Francis apologising. Stealth Sloth in the chat. Still got damage from an unnamed car from a collision a couple of laps ago, he says. So damage again, which has caused Daniel Francis then to just tap the rear of Stealth Sloth. This man is 10 seconds out in front. He is flying. I think Xmart may have made a mistake somewhere, but Fury has gone. Xmart's P2 still. Argent's 4 seconds ahead of Nicky. Kelly's now 2 seconds behind, ahead of BT Targa. So BT Targa will be coming. He's only got 6 seconds. Back to Dean here as Kelly. So Kelly will want to not make too many more mistakes, because he'll want to keep pushing.
This race is quieting down actually since the start. To be fair, it's obviously you've had your little blips of chaos, should I say, or action, in another word. But now it's calmed down quite a lot since the start of the race.
Fury's granddad. Has Xmart made a mistake? Dropped a lot of time to Fury. We think he's made a mistake. His lap was 8 seconds slower, so that would suggest he has dropped it somewhere. Nicky was quicker than Argent last time around. Don gaining back on Stealth Sloth. Can Stealth Sloth gain on DJ Phil? Can BT get past Kelly? They're right on each other at the minute. Couple of tenths separating them two on the timing screens. BT Targa and KLF. There we go. Where is Kelly? Kelly won't want to drop his 7 seconds back to Dean Wysocki.
There he is.
So BT Targa right on the rear end of KLF 900. Can Kelly just keep it going here?
I think Kieran's had a bit of a mistake as well, actually. It looks like he's...
Yeah, he's got Nicky gaining on him a little bit, hasn't it? So maybe he's just lost the rear a little bit. There's Dean in the background, so a big off for one of these two. And they could be in a spot of bother here, but KLF 900 just managing to keep BT Targa behind him for now. He said before we came on air that he wasn't really looking forward to tonight. Didn't really have that rhythm going, that flow going around this circuit, so... Shame to see. Stealth Sloth must have had a mistake somewhere. Has Don just got past in their timings? In fact, Stealth Sloth's got back ahead as BT Targa then gets past KLF 900. That's that job done. And Kelly couldn't hang on any longer. Nicky here then on the back of Argent. Stealth Sloth and Don just trading positions a moment ago. But can Nicky then sneak and smell an advantage? Is BT and Kelly in the background. Both of them won't qualify for the next race, even though they're top 6. Kelly's got to finish below Dean Wysocki to qualify. You just hear Nicky so patient coming through Stowe before he puts the power back down. As Alfie stays a bit wide of Kieran Argent, stays even wider of Nicky as they get to the corner. As Nicky now is right on that rear end of Kieran. I reckon Kieran's struggling a little bit here, Liam.
Maybe so. It depends what tyres he's running, because I know he said, if I'm right from what he said, those hard tyres don't feel very nice in that Merc.
Well, Nicky 3 seconds quicker on the last lap. Looked around the outside. Is he going to look up the inside into Village? Oh, did Kieran? A bit of a parking lot bump there. It was Nicky in the wrong. He's let Kieran keep the place. Alfie as well. Just gave Nicky a little bump as all of a sudden he stopped as he tapped that to avoid the rear of Kieran. Just a little bump, nothing more than that. But look at who's there now. BT We've only got this lap and the next lap left. Kieran, though, does appear to me, Liam, to be struggling here.
Yeah,
Nicky's all over him. Nicky's all over him here. You just see him ducking and weaving and diving and dodging to get past. He's got so much more speed. I think you're right, Liam. I think Kieran's on the soft tyre here. I think Nicky's going to fly past him in a moment.
Yeah, I think his tyres have just gone now. I think he's just used the life up on him, and it's time to say goodbye and get some new ones on.
No point to get any new ones on now. Not with one lap remaining. You just got to deal with it from now. Yeah. But Kieran seems to be struggling. He's all right down the straights, 'cause that's where the Murky's strong. But if he's struggling this much, there's no way BT Targa. I mean, BT Targa's only 2.5 behind. It's doable for BT Targa. He was 5 seconds quicker than Argent on the last lap. Don't forget, Argent's had a bit of a spin this lap. There's Kelly in the background just coming into Maggots and Beckett's. And Nicky now is looking all over the rear of Argent then. Patient on the throttle. Alfie very, very wide as BT Targa comes to lap him then, and hasn't got past him yet. There is BT Targa. Could BT Targa find himself on the podium at the end of this race after pitting lap 1, after having huge damage, after hitting, being in a race start incident with Daniel Francis, Smithy, Don and Alfie, sorry, not Smithy. Nicky here, can he get that 3rd place? Can he get the Team Prolapse car on the podium? Kieran Argent, a bit of a wiggle coming through there, and this is where we saw Nicky try and make the move as he's looking to dance around the outside of the farm curve. He's too far back, looks up the inside, again not close enough to Argent to get the move done. Can he get it done now into Village? No. Get a good run out of here in towards Aintree. Kieran had to be so patient on the power there. We'll get to Fury towards the end of this lap. He's coming through Maggots and Beckett's now, so we'll get to him in just a moment. But Nicky right on the tail of Argent here, and he's flying down there Wellington Straight in towards Brooklands, and Kieran tries to shut the door, can't get that one done. Nicky up the inside, bit of a lean but job done. Nicky's done him into Brooklands. Great manoeuvre. You can normally defend easy into Luffield, but Kieran can't. He's had a struggle, he's had a moment. Round he goes. BT Targa's up into 4th. Where is KLF? Let's cut to Fury though for now, because Fury's about to come to the end of this race. He's going to take a 9th win of the season. Fury is flying in this championship at the minute. What a way to do it. X-Mart then looks like he's going to come home to take 2nd place in a great drive for him. Is it then Nicky who's then going to take that 3rd place, or will BT Targa be on the back of him when we cut back in just a moment? BT Targa is on the rear, and they've still got plenty of time before the start line comes up. You've also got Kelly, who's trying to gain on Argent. You'll see them in the background in just a moment. There's Argent. There's Kelly. So if Argent has another mistake, Kelly will be right there. Can Nicky hang on for this one? Will BT take another podium this season? Well, it's all happening here, isn't it?
Oh yeah, well, in the race, it's the start of the race and the last lap of a race which are the most interesting. The middle part is just whatever happens, happens. But
excuse me, Nicky and BT Targa then round in the final corner. There's going to be a 3rd place for Nicky. BT Targa is going to take a P4. Now what about Argent? Has he done enough to stay ahead of KLF? It looks to be the case. He's going to drop to P5 at the end of this one. KLF 900 looks like he's going to get 6th place as well. So good job from Kelly. He's been a bit slow. He's not out of fuel. He crosses the line. And then what has happened to Dean? Dean was 7th a minute ago. Well in front of the others. He's dropped way back. Dom Productions is now going to get 7th. Ahead of a DJ Phil in 8th place then for DJ Phil. Stealth Sloth is going to cross the line P9, and Dean Wisocki so inconsistent in this race. P10 was leading, don't forget, on lap 2. 13 laps later, P10 for Dean Wisocki. What a shame for him as well, because he was running really well in that one. Liam, tell me who's got the fastest lap.
From the looks of it, it's Fury with a 2:02.379.
So there we go. Fury takes the fastest lap. Alfie crossed the line P11. Lap down, and Daniel Francis on the pad got himself to P12 in the end. Not the result he'd have wanted, but I'm sure it's points for himself nonetheless. Fury then with the fastest lap of the race. We're going to be right back in just a short moment with a few driver interviews and we'll be back with the second qualifying where KLF, Argent, BT Targa, Nicky, Xmart and Fury cannot qualify. So guys, don't go anywhere. And we're clear. Dean is wank, yes he is. He's so shit, la 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 la. Dean is useless, la 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 la.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ, he
had 86 engine damage, did Dean's just said. Well, Dean's just said I had 86 engine damage. Well, open your pissing radiator then, Dean. Great, Nicky's tyres ran out on the last lap. Sorry for the start. So if that happened to me at Nürburgring 24.
Alright, let's invite the top 3.
Nicky, Xmart and Fury.
Tell me 1 second again so I can...
Fury, Xmart, Nicky.
Wait, one sec.
Fury, Xmart, Nicky.
Xmart, Fury. Where's Nicky? Nicky! Boom, boom, boom. I want them in my room. To spending that together. No.
Well done, Mark.
Cheers, bud.
Well done.
You make a mistake towards the end.
Cheers. Yeah, just a little spin on the, I think the second, third corner, yeah. Because I was... Well, I'll talk about it in the thing because it'll be a good chat. But yeah, we were very consistent, myself and Fury, all the way around. Literally a gap of 4 or 5 seconds, and I spun and lost 5 seconds.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, Fury did really well.
Yeah, strong.
Right, that's it. And getting a drink quickly.
I'm just going to pop
2 secs
for a quick toilet break.
Hey, Nicky.
Hello.
Hello. It's Fury in.
No, not yet. Here he is.
Here he is. Hey, Fury. Well done, mate.
Hello. All right.
Well done, Joe.
God, you were consistent, bud. I was literally 4 or 5 seconds with you all the way around for lap after lap, and then I spun it once, went back down to 10.
I was about to say, well, I kind of just gained 6.5 seconds out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was a spin, yeah. But literally, we were just sort of like matching each other lap on lap, right?
Were you running softs or hards?
Softs.
Madman.
Yeah,
I could not run the soft at all.
I can't drive on hards at all.
Neither can I, but I didn't really have a choice. It was either that or have overheating front tyres and not be able to turn in.
No, it never happened to me. I think maybe I just wasn't driving hard enough.
Mate, around that right-hander coming up to the pit entry, I was drifting it the entire thing.
I saw that, yeah. I think I got about 2 seconds with you in the pit.
Yeah, you gained 2 seconds?
Nearly 2, yeah, probably 1.5. When I came out of the pit, I fucking had my pit limiter on, didn't I?
I'm back.
Well done, everybody who's in the party.
Shortly. Hey, that was good, that one, mate.
He wasn't happy when he got taken round, though.
I went straight away. I did not force him off. I was at the inside line, you know. He turned in on me, so blah blah blah. Yeah, but that was a wicked battle. But yeah, there was a bit where I did clip him and I waited for him.
Yeah, saw that, and then you
told me about that.
You got a bump from Alfie up the rear as well.
Yeah, that didn't help matters. But yeah, I did wait for him and catch him up again. But yeah, how about that? Haha.
Don't think he's out than that.
Fury's too good. waiting on?
Well, I mean,
You're waiting Nicky to come
you
in?
could say 1 brings 2, but I mean,
No,
in Fury's
in the
case,
race
1
again.
brings 9.
Oh, right.
In the race. Who else? Aiden.
Oh, have I not joined the lobby?
No.
Oh, right, it's because I'm in the chat thing and... Right, I'll do that now. I've just got the chat screen up.
Oh yeah, Nicky, did you notice I follow you on Instagram now?
Yes. Yes, that's good.
Stalker.
You see all the fancy paintwork.
Oh, Martin's up into that top 6 now.
Oh, sweet.
I think I got fastest lap on that route.
You did.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
By about nearly a full second, if I'm right.
Near enough.
I'll tell you, it's funny though.
It sounded like you said 4 seconds.
Was it lap 2 when Mark was going, Nick, you're doing well? I was like, yeah, I shouldn't have been sandbagging.
Liam.
Yeah.
Dean's just texted me. No, Dean's just texted me.
What's he said?
At least I did not quit.
No, that's good. Don't like quitters.
P1 to P10 in 15 laps.
I was
He had a good start, didn't
He had a great start, yeah.
I got too scared around the first corner, so I let him through because I didn't know if he was going to take me out like he did at Spa or not.
Yeah, I was watching the two of you very carefully.
Mind you, I had a really good start. I was quite shocked at the start. I
was waiting for Dean to go straight inside of you, to be fair. No, like, nothing like, oh yeah, I wanted him to. I'm saying I just know Dean too well, he probably would have.
Yeah.
I went so wide around turn 1. I was too scared. I was not chancing it at all.
I just do my best to stay out of trouble. That's all I try and do, and then sometimes you just get hit. Alfie's a bit erratic in that Ferrari.
Daniel Francis was. I was coming around to lap him.
His wheel cut out at the start of the race. That's what happened with BT, Alfie and Don. His wheel cut out and Don ploughed into the back of him, which hit Alfie, which sent BT off or something as well. So he was on the pad with damage.
Right.
Yeah, I was coming up to lap him like through the last chicane, right, like the left, right, and then he went wide, and then goes really slow on the racing line, and I tried to go past him, and he's just on the racing line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hello.
Right, we're gonna go back live. Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen, to SimPlay Motorsport for round 14 here at Silverstone Grand Prix Circuit. Let's go quickly run you through the the tables at the minute. Fury then pulls away in his lead, seeing as he's taken his double points tonight. He's now 49 points clear of Kelly. Don stays third, Nicky fourth. Argent on his double points stays just behind Nicky. Nicky obviously still to take his double points. Export moves into the top 6 after a successful first race with his double points scored. NJ 7th now. DJ Phil's up to 8th. He's on his double points tonight as well. Alfie stays 9th. BT Targa 10th. Stealth Sloth on his double points 11th. Smithy down to 12th. Dean 13th. Daniel 14th. Ada Bennett 15th. Leon Furness 16th. Forever Forward now lead the Constructors title again by 39 points from Team Prolapse. Team Prolapse are up into P3 ahead of Team Cool Runnings, Ready Set Go, Lone Wolf Motorsport, MC Motorsport, AA3D Printing and Piston Broke. So they are updated tables. We're going to start with Nicky. P9 to P3. That was not a bad race for yourself.
No, who'd expect that? Porsche on the podium, eh?
Yeah, no one. I don't think anybody expected that one.
Ah, yeah. Mercedes dominant track, and yeah, I've got to admit, I did have a good fight with Argent. Now that was brilliant. Loved that. Absolutely loved that fight towards the end. But yeah.
We saw that battle quite a bit towards the end, developing for quite a while as well. He seemed to get you in the middle stint, and then after the pit stops, his tyres just looked like they died, and you had a bit of a bump. You let him back through, and you got him.
Yeah, I did notice. I thought he was struggling with tyres. I don't know if he was on the soft set or I don't know, but yeah, he seemed to be struggling coming out of the corners, acceleration and everything. So yeah, I knew I was going to get him, so I just bided my time. But got to that last lap after that little bump, I didn't think I was going to get him, so I had to yeah, it's a good fight, good battle. So I enjoyed that one. But yeah, podium for the Porsche. Two prolaps on the podium again.
Mega season so far. And you didn't have the best of qualifiers, did you? P9.
No, I always struggle on quali. I just want to, like I say, I just want to be consistent. I just keep myself consistent, stay out of trouble, and it always seems to work.
Yeah.
That's the best way. We just seem to get that working really well.
Well,
and enjoyed that.
What can you do from race 2, mate? Starting P13 with the looks of it. Hard work from there, but same again. It's not far from P9, I suppose.
No, if I get a good start, then hopefully, if I can get up into top 5, finish in top 5 again, I'm happy. That is what I'm looking for.
Well, best luck,
mate. For the team, this one, yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Well, best luck, mate. We'll let you go back to it.
Cheers, mate. See you later.
See you later. X-Mart in the chat as well, and Martin, again, a decent qualifying. You just sat patiently behind Fury and Dean at the start, and Dean made his mistake, but you just didn't have that extra bit to catch Fury.
No, I couldn't catch him. It was a bit of an uneventful race, really. It was consistent, but I was constantly I couldn't get more than 4 or 5 seconds away from Fury. He was so consistent, drove such a great race. It was just pretty uneventful from my side. Pretty good, really.
You made the mistake, which we spoke about off air. Just tell us what happened, because you was 4 or 5 seconds behind Fury and then ended up about 10.
Yes, the story goes like this, that basically I was, just before we went into the pits, I was about 4 or 5 seconds behind Fury and managed to gain about 1.5 seconds with him on the pits because I really sort of slammed on the ankles, almost got speeding in through the pits. And then when I came out, 1 lap through was like 3 or 4 seconds behind Fury and then dropped it on, I think, corner 3 or something like that. Yeah. Turn 3 and basically lost about 6 seconds, mate. So then I was down to 10 seconds to Fury. But I mean, hats off to Fury. Such a consistent drive from him. Really, really good.
Double points for yourself tonight. It's which has seen you leap up the table. Another good race like that could probably put you in that promotion contention.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm looking to do more of the same. I'm glad I chose the double points for this one. So if I can do more or less the same as what I did in there, I think I've got a good chance to get back on the podium again.
Well, best of luck, mate.
Thanks, mate.
We've got Fury in, 9 out of 13 race wins this season. I tell you what, there's a chance here he could break Jamie Brazy's record of 12 wins in a season. Is Fury this year? Pretty much the same as X-Mart, mate. Pretty uneventful, apart from you just had to clear Dean at the beginning.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where he was because I couldn't see him at all. He was in my blind spot, so I went a bit wide to let him through, and then I just stayed on the back of him until I got down the straights as best as I could, and then pulled on him.
Pretty uneventful after that for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, the car was a bit drifty, I guess you could say.
Are you on the softs or the hards?
Hards. I could not drive the softs.
Now, obviously, I presume you were chatting to your teammate. Was he on the softs? Because his tyres just seemed to die.
I think he said he was on the hards.
Oh, right. Oh, interesting. Was your tyres fine at the end? Because Kieran's looked like he was struggling.
On the last, sort of 4 or 5 laps, they started to lose a lot of grip quickly. And then I started drifting around some corners. Full-on drifting sideways around them.
Well, you did a good job to manage to keep hold of it then. 49 points now in the championship race. Now you're taking your double points this week. More of the same, pretty much race 2 to make that gap even further.
Yeah, just try and keep the consistency, get a good start, try and keep out of any trouble, and see what I can do from there.
Well, best of luck, buddy.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. So Fury and the others all pretty happy with their results there, Liam, as we're down to 3.5 minutes left of qualifying. Don currently provisional pole from Alfie, DJ Phil Smithy, Daniel Francis Stovsloff, Dean Wysocki, and we've got Aiden in for this one. So Dean then will be wanting to pull out a lap that he pulled in Q1 to get himself at the sharp end of the grid, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think if he can redo what he did in Q1, I think it would put him on pole, if I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pole would be pretty good for Dean, if I'm right. First one of the season.
Well, he's not got a good lap in at the minute. As we see, Aiden's just gone above him. So for Dean here, he's really got to get his finger out and work hard to get a lap in, because he's not looking so well. There's a spin, and in typical Dean Wysocki fashion here is so many errors in race 1, and then just so inconsistent from there, overdriving the car. Smithy and Don in the pits. If they don't come back out of the pits anytime soon, wow, Slough, that needs to be a bit of a lift off the throttle there. As Dan Francis has gone pole, he was 4th, so expect Dan to maybe take his 2nd pole of the season, as Slough has yielded his time then. Smithy and Don, they look done if you ask me, Liam. They don't look like they're coming out of the pits anytime soon.
No, well, I think being where he is, I think they're fine. It's just the other people they need to worry about for position.
So it's Dan from Don, Alfie, Phil in the pits, Smithy in the pits, Slough, Aiden, Dean, 13 seconds off the pole. That is not where Dean wants to be at all at the moment. He needs to start up in that pace. Start making sure he can get on the back of these people then, and start making sure he can get on the back of others who are coming through. He'll want to be on the front row of the grid with Daniel Francis. He'll want that good start and to be a bit more consistent. Here is Daniel Francis then, coming towards the end of his qualifying laps, coming towards the end of his session. And
so
for Dean here, Liam, what has he got to do to keep up, to make his race 1 get better in race 2? We know what Daniel's got to do. He's got to be on the wheel. Don and Alfie got caught up in that collision. DJ Phil had a decent race. Smithy didn't speed in the pits. And Slough and Aiden we haven't seen. What does Aiden, Dean and Slough have to do to improve in this one?
The only thing I can really say for Dean is just cut out those mistakes, because that's where he's cost him the most. Yeah, if he takes those mistakes out, he could look for hopefully a decent result, but
well, Don and Smithy in the pits, they are done. Daniel Francis currently P1. Aiden crosses the line, he'll get another lap in. Slough in the background as well will get one more run at this. There's no track map. Can we get the track map up? There's Daniel Francis who's going to get another run at it. Slough goes to the pit, so he's done. Daniel Francis goes even quicker, so half second quicker. So I think everybody then is on a lap. Dean's gone up into 6th ahead of Slough and Aiden, so Slough and Aiden will start 7th and 8th. Slough ahead of Aiden. Dean very, very slidey through there. Who's the next car to finish? Daniel Francis going to pits, but it is literally just Alfie and Dean. So Alfie will be the first car to finish, and then it'll be Dean Wisaki. So we'll see what Alfie does then. Can he find 1 second to get pole position here? What has he got to do in this one to get that pole position? Round club corner. He comes now. Smithy disqualified for going 75 mile an hour over the speed limit. Here comes Alfie then. Down the straight, any improvements? Gains a few tenths. What can Dean do? What can Dean do? 4.7 off the pole time at the minute. He's flashing his lights. I'm not sure why. We'll see in a moment. For no reason apparently at all, as Dean then doesn't improve on his time. So it's Daniel Francis who will take his 2nd pole position of the season on the front row of the grid with Don Productions. Great qualifying from Don. Alfie then in P3, not a bad qualifying for him in this one. It's then DJ Phil Green in P4 with Smithy in 5th place. D Wisaki couldn't get the qualifying lap this time round for P6. Slough 7th, Aiden 8th. The guys who couldn't qualify, it's Nicky 9th, Fury 10th, Argent 11th, BT Targa 12th, KLF 13th and Xmalt 13th. Liam, who's your money on?
I'm going to have to say Fury again. I mean, as much as he's at the back of the grid, it's a fairly wide track, so it's not too hard to do some overtake manoeuvres. And just showed from his pace, he was about a second quicker last race. So yeah. I've got to put it down on Fury.
Yeah, I think Fury's the one to watch from P10 especially. But let's see what Don can do starting towards the front this time. He was behind Daniel Francis last time when he got caught up in the incident. He's now alongside Daniel Francis. That's back-to-back poles in race 2 for Daniel in qualifying 2s for Daniel Francis, making his qualifying 2 average just that little better now into 6th. He's not qualified for a few of them, 12th and a 15th in one, but 2nd, 5th, 4th, first. He's pretty much a good qualifier, is Daniel.
Yeah, everyone can be a good qualifier though. It's more to do with the race. That's where you're getting your points at, and well, yeah, you're just getting your points at the race. You're not getting anything for your qualifying.
It's all about what happens now. You're setting yourself up in qualifying, if anything. But are you setting yourself up to succeed? Or are you setting yourself up to fail? This will be answered in a moment. Dan, Don, Alfie, Phil, Smithy, Dean, Stove, Sloth, Aiden, Nicky, Fury, Argent, BT, KLF, Xmalt. Watch for KLF in the back. He's been consistent from the back before. The revs rise. 3 red lights. We're green here at Silverstone for round 14. Daniel Francis does get away. What a start from Alfie, who splits the Audi and the Mercedes-Benz. Look at Smithy around the outside as well. Already going up into P2, into turn 1. Daniel and Don make it through. Dean and DJ Phil side by side as they head round the farm curve. Pretty much holding station. Smithy there giving Don a little tap up the rear. Oh, and what has happened to Fury? Not the star he'd have wanted, is he? Lost it on his own from back there. It doesn't look like there's any damage or any parts hanging off anywhere. Smithy then up to 3rd ahead of Don. Sorry, Don's getting back ahead of him now into 2nd. Great start from Smithy and Alfie. Dean and DJ Phil just didn't get anywhere. And Dean has a huge wiggle. Keeps it on the track. Nicky manages to avoid that one. Dean manages to keep it pointed in the right direction. Stealth, Sloth and Aiden have lost out massively. But Alfie, Don, Smithy out front so far. Smithy again running P3 in a race 2. Looking good value for his money. Can he keep it there though? That is the question. Everybody looked through fine, apart from Fury with a spin at turn 1. He's now 6-7 seconds off the back of Xmart. Time to be had from there. There's Alfie. Daniel Francis now looking to attack Smithy up the inside. Dean, what's happened to Phil? He's down to 11th, so Dean's cleared up into 5th. Nicky's dropped down a couple of places. KLF's been promoted to P6 from 13th, so what an opening half a lap for Kelly. He's had a flyer. Don, though, on the back of Alfie at the moment and is looking to get that race lead here as the 2 Prolapse Porsches in the background. I think they touched. I think Kelly and Nicky may have tapped. Oh, they have now! Nicky's hit the rear of his teammate Kelly. And like Red Bull and Mercedes and Honda in the past, Stealth, Sloth and DJ Phil's gone off. But like the Mercedes, Red Bull... Oh, Don!
Don!
What has happened to Don there? Don was... Oh, there's Dean!
Dean as well!
Wow, that is... Oh, and Smithy. And Smithy.
Wow.
So Argent. Smithy and Dean. Oh, and Don. They've got. Oh, well, they'll be pitting at the end of this lap for sure. These will be pitting at the end of this lap.
If I'm right, that was Fury that was flashing in the background as well.
It was Fury that was flashing in the background, so he's going to gain about 6 positions here. You'd imagine a few incidents.
What has happened?
The teammates taking each other out, though. What about that one?
Wow, I'm wordless right now.
Speechless.
It's speechless, wordless. They mean the same thing. But wow, what happened there? You've just had like 6-7 drivers just all come off.
Well, look who's in the pits already. Dean Wasocki into the pits. Smithy as well into the pits. I assume Don is coming in. Yeah, he's up the pit entrance line I can see on the track map. Don then coming in as well. So not only did we have Aiden Bennett and DJ Phil having an incident, we had the 2 Team Prolapse cars having an incident. Then we cut to the hangar straight and Don and Smithy and Dean was all off everywhere. Not sure what happened there, but just a huge incident. Who couldn't see Don? Smoke now got damaged. Sorry, Dean, says Smithy. So I wonder if Don's had a spin and he couldn't see him because of the tyre smoke, and that's Smithy's then hit Don, who's hit Dean. So twice on lap 1, Don has been caught up in an incident. Smithy then is away. Dean then is away. Don still in the pit lane at the moment in time. So it's Alfie from Dan. BT Targa's up to 3rd. Xmart's up to 4th. Kieran's 5th on the back of Xmart at the moment. KLF is 6th. Nicky 7th. Them 2 have tapped. Them 2 have had... There'll be words there. There'll be words there for sure. I can't wait to commentate with Kelly tomorrow night. And, you know, Kelly, do you know you're even more like Matt Neal now you've got your figure? Because you and Nicky had an incident like Shedden and Matt Neal. So well done. He just loves Matt Neal, really does Kelly. But what a shame. Aiden's running 8th. Fury now, after having a spin at turn 1, has been gifted P9 at the moment ahead of Phil, Stealth, Sloth, Smithy, Dean and Don, though, still have pitted. So what can they do from here? Let's hope Dean didn't hit the pit exit on his way out. As him and Smithy are away. And Don Productions, well, he's already a minute 10 behind the rest of the pack here then.
Yeah, a very eventful first lap, but I mean, things have got more into the groove now. It's the second lap, coming on to the third one for these guys here.
Indeed it is. Wait, Alfie, he's pulled away out front, hasn't he? He's got ahead of Daniel Francis a little bit, as we're seeing Argent try and stick to the back of Xmart, sorry. But Alfie's had a good first couple of laps here. I
mean, for Alfie, I mean, he will be ecstatic, I think the word is to say. Ecstatic. Can't speak that well. But he's going to be happy that he weren't caught up in that massive pile-up, as I'm going to call it.
Yeah, what can he do, though, in this race? What can Daniel Francis do? Maybe a first podium for the pair of them. Can BT get on the back of them and have anything to say about it then? So it's Alfie, Daniel, BT, Xmart, Argent. Xmart just extending a bit of his gap this time around, this lap around from Argent. Then it's Kelly and Nicky. Fury gaining on the back of them too. Fury's got past Aidan Bennett. He's into P8 now, is Fury. So going good guns at the moment. He's still got plenty of cars to get past. He's still got to get back on the rear end of Nicky and KLF. That battle there. That let's keep our eyes on the Team Prolapse boys. Don't want them to tap each other again. Look at the front of Nicky's car. There's a bit of damage maybe to that one. Not enough for him to pit. Obviously damage has got to be undrivable for you to pit. A bit like Dean Smithy and Don there, who had no rear wing and couldn't even keep it in a straight line. Keep an eye on their progression through this pack. Smithy well out in front of Dean at the moment. Don, in fact I think Dean's made another mistake somewhere, because no, that's Dean closer to Smithy, so I think Smithy's had a spin. So Dean may have made a mistake, then Smithy's made one, look according to my time screens. We're watching BT Targa though, gaining on Daniel Francis here. Now Daniel and Alfie have led been first and second for 3 laps. Oh, Daniel's made a mistake! Coming through Club, Daniel Francis just dropping the rear into Club. He's got the car pointing the right way. BT Targa's now up into second. Xmart just that little bit too far behind. Daniel says he didn't really like this track, as Alfie then leads this race by 3 seconds. There goes Daniel. There's Xmart. He's pulled quite a bit of time ahead of Argent this lap, as Argent lost the rear somewhere because Argent's dropped off the back of him. And Nicky, Fury, then Kelly, then Nicky, then Fury. Fury gaining on the back of Nicky quite rapidly as well. 4 seconds quicker last lap. Then Aidan, Stelsoft, DJ Phil. Dean's got past Smithy then. So Dean now 26 seconds behind his teammate. Let's see what Dean and Smithy and Don can do after that early pit stop. It's going to be tough for them to get back into this one, Liam, isn't it? As Fury is right on the back of Nicky.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely hard for him. But there's always a way. There's always a way. You've just got to find it.
Fury then looking for a way past, just on the grass a little bit. Backs out of that one, can't get through into Luffield past Nicky there. But he's on the back of him, and Nicky, carrying that bit of damage here, he's going to be a bit slower to Fury. But he's obviously going to play the game of keeping Fury behind him for as long as possible, trying to frustrate Fury into Cop's corner now. Fury up the inside. Is that job done? It seems to be. Oh no, he's very wide, so he'll have to yield the time.
Job's done.
Yeah, he'll have to yield a bit of time there, so maybe Nicky can get back past him, or will he just lift a bit more coming through Maggots and Beckett's? Now then. Yeah, you just see him lifting that little bit more there. The grunt to the Mercedes. BT Targo's brought the gap down to Alfie to 2 seconds, so he's gained a second somewhere. Was a bit quicker on that last lap as well. Kelly now being caught by these pair. Lap 4 of 15. So the pit window opens next lap. Oh, excuse me. Pit window opens next lap. So what will these guys do? Who will come in when? Daniel Francis down into 5th place now. So has he made another mistake? He's lost out to Xmart and Argent, but it's Ferrari, Mercedes, Porsche, Mercedes, Porsche, McLaren, Porsche, Audi at the back of the pack. But Don is gaining on Smithy, and Dean starting to gain on DJ Phil. The gap was 26 seconds. It's now down to near enough 10 seconds. So Dean flying and charging at the moment. What tyres, I wonder, is he on? Because if he's on the softs, he'll burn them up. Surely he's not on the softs, Liam.
Nah, I don't see anyone, to be fair, being on the soft spot of the race. You've got to be really good at managing tyres, though. If you want to be on the softs, that's extremely wide by all three of them there.
Yeah, they'll have to give a bit of time back there for sure. So Fury still trying to hassle the back of Kelly. Nicky's watching in the background, just patient from these guys at the minute. No hassle so far from Fury, not looking to force the error, force the move. He knows he's got time, he's clearly got pace, and goes for the cutback out of Woodcote, then down towards Cop's corner. Kelly trying to squeeze him a bit closer to the inside. Fury makes the corner, does he? Kelly round the outside, very wide from Kelly, then has to take the avoiding action line, and Fury has that one done. Does he? No. Well, Kelly, well, they were side by side, so Kelly will have to yield a bit of time. And he does. You see him yield in there, mid part of Maggots Beckett. It's pretty much an easy option. You're not really going to make the manoeuvre around Maggots Beckett, so it's a nice place to just give that bit of time back through Maggots Beckett. As Daniel Francis is on the back of Alfie. So what's happened to Alfie? He's dropped to now P4 ahead of Daniel Francis for 4th, but we're watching Kelly trying to defend from Fury, and he can't defend there because Fury's got alongside him, and down the hanger straight they come. Fury just gets the job done into the braking zone, and he did enough to avoid Kelly from getting the switch back, but Fury a bit slidey there, and Kelly nearly come back at him then. Daniel Francis has got past Alfie. No, we've lost a driver. Alfie.
Oh.
I think Alfie was going in the pits. I think he sped in the pit lane.
Oh, so maybe a bit of a smithy right here.
Yeah, so Alfie then disqualified from the race for speeding in the pits. What a shame. Even everyone from the hot tub says, Jamie, where have you been? You're on holiday, I'll let you off. BT Target from Exmore, Argent, Daniel Francis, Fury, KLF, Nicky, Stealth Sloth, Aiden, Dean has got past DJ Phil somewhere then, and then it's DJ Phil, Smithy, Don, but they've all just gained a place, those who was behind Alfie, because Alfie, speeding in the pit lane, I got damage, was heading into the pits, went in the pits, got a DQ. That'll be for speeding, Alfie. Could have won that, says Alfie, but presumably for speeding. DJ Phil then comes in at the end of lap 5. What a shame for Alfie, because he was running well in that race.
Oh yeah. It's 2 people now speeding in the pit lanes. You just got to. The only thing you can really do is slow down. The thing is, you come out of Stowe and the pit lane is to the right, and you go in it and you're flat out, and before you have to brake for the corner to get it to turn the pits, the pit line is there before you turn that corner. So, you know, oh, Kelly very wide again, just cannot get Cop's corner right at the moment. As Alfie disconnects, and obviously he was retired in the pits. DJ Phil has pitted and has lost out to Smithy and Don, so DJ Phil may be carrying a bit of damage there, so unfortunate for Alfie that one is, but speeding is speeding, and the game finds you speeding in the pits, it will disqualify you. Obviously if it was manual pit stops like the Pro, you'd have just got a time penalty, but obviously on the auto pits here, that's disqualified you. Fury then, as Daniel Francis is in at the end of lap 6. Fury as well comes in at the end of lap 6. KLF, Nicky's dived in, so Nicky following Fury. I presume Nicky will repair that bit of damage. And everybody's starting to follow people in now, so it's just getting a little bit interesting. So 3 people into the pit lane then. Can Stealth Sloth, Aiden, Dean gain any more advantage by passing these? I don't think they can. In fact, Stealth Sloth he's got past Dan, he's got past Nicky. Fury's on his way out the pits. I think Nicky's on his way out the pits as well. So they've both jumped Daniel Francis. Stupid pit crew, says Daniel. Not sure what he's on about there. Didn't change tyres on the same start last race. Oh, so Daniel Francis. Oh, Nicky hasn't jumped Daniel, sorry. Stealth Sloth then ahead of Fury, but Fury trying to look for a way through here. What can be done about it? As he's gone defensive towards Brooklands, down the Wellington Straight. Fury pulls out now to have a look around the outside into Brooklands. Will be on the inside for Luffield though, provided he can keep the car up there. Oh, just a bit of a twitch, and does. No, backs out of it again.
He's managed to keep his nose up the inside though, Liam. And gets that one through. Bit of a door rub. Oh, Stoke-Sloth. Oh, yeah, Stoke-Sloth back across the track into the side of Fury there. A little naughty that, but nothing comes of it. Now they're back down to the 13 runners. Phil is pitted. Don, Smithy, Dean, Nicky, Dan, Fury have all pitted. Here's Dean on the back of Nicky. So for Dean Wasocki here, could gain himself another place.
Dean looking very slidey.
Yeah, he was a bit slidey. Lap 7 of 15. And then McLaren's quite good through the corners, so if he's sliding through slower corners like that, it would either be that he's not being patient enough, or he's on the softs and he's burning him up. Argent into the pits at the end of lap 7. So now what can Argent do? Nicky. Oh, there's Aiden. Oh, Aiden's had a moment. Kelly comes into the pits at the end of lap 7 as well. So Dean gains a place on Aiden. Aiden not yet pitted. So Dean has gained a place on him. And I tell you what, it's getting interesting here. It's getting very interesting here.
Yep, you've now got Dean obviously fighting to go past Nicky, which if I'm right.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was Nicky that went into the pit.
Nicky's already pitted, yeah. Fury's got past KLF, so Fury has jumped Kelly then. Fury's P4 now. Stealth-Sloth gets himself ahead of KLF, as well as KLF is out the pits, well ahead of Nicky. And this battle with Dean. Daniel Francis didn't manage to get past Kelly there, so I think Kelly jumped Daniel Francis, although that one's a bit close, I reckon, as Fury on the rear of his teammate who's pitted now, as Aiden comes in at the end of lap 7. And Aiden Bennett into the pits. Stoke-Sloth keeps going in P5. Fury, a flash of the lights. His teammate has just pitted then. So it's Team Pro Lassie 1-2 out front at the moment. When will one of them two guys pit?
A lot of people pitting now, so...
just starting to get to that stage of the race, aren't we, Liam, where they're just starting to dive in.
Yep, and
who hasn't pitted? X-Mark, BT Targa, Stoke-Sloth haven't pitted yet. So only 3 drivers out of the 13 remaining haven't pitted.
Yeah, like in our case, loads of people obviously diving into going pits. 2 of them diving in a bit too quick.
Yeah, that has been the story tonight. Aiden still in the pits. Can DJ Phil maybe find a way through, or will Aiden get out before DJ Phil gets round? There is Don Productions. That is on the back of Smithy for position.
These two look like they're nearly side by side.
Fury looks like he's going up the inside of Kieran. Gets the job done. So the teammates switching positions, and maybe that's wise from Argent as his teammates taking double points. Who's getting that rear end? Oh, I tell you what, bit slidey through Stowe. And Argent who's pitted. Fury who's going to do his tyres no good. DJ Phil has got past Aiden Bennett. So all over the place. Daniel Francis now on the rear end of Kelly. Stoke-Sloth decides to not pit again. Daniel just a bit later on the brakes there. Dean still trying to hassle the back of Nicky a bit further back. There is Daniel. Kelly just a bit wide. It's Mercedes, Porsche, Mercedes, Porsche, McLaren, Audi is your top 10. Dean's still on the back of Nicky and a bit further in the background. These 3 not really battling it out just yet. And then there's a battle as well at the final part of the track. That looks like it's Don and Smithy who are close together. Dean trying to get past the Porsche of Nicky. Now, did Nicky repair his damage? He was about 6/10 slower than Dean on the last lap. I wonder if Nicky repaired his damage, Liam. I mean,
from the looks of it, he has.
Yeah, that it does. We'll have to see, won't we? I mean, the front end still looks a bit dodgy, but obviously it doesn't always repair the damage. It's just a little bit done. Do you know what I mean? It will not visually.
Yeah.
It'll repair it mechanically, but not visually. The guys will feel that the car's fixed, but we won't see it. There's Dean here then, rounding Luffield, and gets through Luffield a bit easier this time. And you can safe to say tonight that if you was to have a driver of the day award for the worst driver of the day, Dean's got to be on that category tonight. Just too much inconsistency. Look at these three then. Daniel Francis, Kelly and Stealth Sloth. Stealth Sloth not pitted in this trio yet. Very wide through the exit to Maggots and Beckett's there. And now Kelly has a bit of a run on the Porsche. The Porsche just kind of pulling to one side, turns. Oh, he's got to be careful there as Stealth Sloth now tucks in behind the Mercedes of Daniel Francis. Wow, lunges one up the inside. Oh, just taps Daniel Francis, who was on the outside of Kelly there. And that was a bit naughty from Stealth Sloth. We saw Daniel and Stealth Sloth a bit naughty race one, and Stealth Sloth there getting a flash from Daniel. A little bit naughty, but he really sent one into Stowe. Daniel was looking around the outside of Stowe and Kelly will gain 5th place now. Not what you want to see from your drivers. A bit of tit for tat there, that one. You did this. You did this race. Do you reckon that was a you did this race one, so I'm going to do it in race 2 to you, sort of thing?
Possibly. If I'm right, Stealth Sloth also needs to.
He needs to
give
pit
some
still.
time back.
Well, he needs to pit.
He needs to pit, but he also needs to give some time back
Daniel,
as well.
losing the rear.
Daniel.
Now, Stealth Sloth's had a spin as well. Nicky has pulled away from Dean, so we spoke about Dean being so inconsistent. It's happened again. It's happened again. And do you know what? He'll come on the headset later, Liam, and it'll be the same conversation. Consistency. And he'll do the same thing next week in terms of going for his quick pace and being rapid and not consistent enough. And he's proved tonight again to himself that he needs to really work on his race pace and not just go for fast laps. Needs to really work on it. He's had pace tonight to run at the front, and we've seen that. As Smithy comes into the pits again, so is that for damage? As Don is 13th, so why is Don so far down? What has happened there to Don then? Maybe them two have had a coming together. Arjun on the rear of his teammate. Now don't forget Fury on. In fact, they're both on double points tonight, speaking about it actually. So either way,
it's a race for anyone really.
Well, yeah, Fury's got the title to win, and Arjun can't, as he's flashing his lights. Now, is that to release Arjun? Is that to say, Arjun, come on, get a move on, get past me. I'm letting you through here, bud, because flashing the lights, bit strange there. Done, says Don. You've got to get to lap 12 to score points, mate, so don't be done just yet. As I think Fury here is trying to let Kieran through to maybe give him a few extra points.
Oh, is Kieran? Oh, no.
Now,
I was going to say it looked a bit wide there.
BT and Exmart have got to pit. They're out in front. We've barely seen them in this race. They have got to pit here. Have BT and Exmart. They are so far in front, probably because they've not pitted and how long the pit lane is. But it's BT from Exmart. Gap's 9 seconds. Fury's third. Is he trying to allow Argent to get that third place? Dean now on the back of Stealth Sloth. Stealth Sloth still having to pit as well. Oh, we had a bit of a wiggle there, Liam, didn't it? So in fact, Stealth Sloth's in the pits. Stealth Sloth then in the pits at the end of lap 10. So just BT Targa and Xmart to pit. Don't forget they can't pit on the same laps. They need to pit relatively soon. Dean now 7 seconds behind Nicky. Can he make that time up? Look, back in the 204s, quicker than Nicky on the last lap. If he cut out the inconsistency, he'd be fine. Nicky has just got himself past Daniel Francis then, as there is Smithy coming out the pit lane.
Smithy's car looks a bit mangled up, if you ask me.
Yeah, it does. It looks a bit bumped up, doesn't it, there? Where's Don? Because Don is... he struggled tonight as Don. Oh, he's off. Oh, he's well off.
Up.
Oh, that might be why he said done. He's well off. Huge damage. Now, was that between him and Smithy? Is that what happened? Xmart then into the pits at the end of lap 11. So let's see where Xmart comes out the pits. It should, you'd imagine, be P2. As Xmart, we can't see it from the pits. There we go. There's BT Target. Argent's got past Fury. Fury 5 seconds behind. So as Fury had a bit of a wobble somewhere, because Argent's through. 7 seconds slower last time round was Fury.
Yes, indeed.
As we are losing Liam there, in and out. But, yeah, Fury behind Argent. And Kelly, Nicky a couple of seconds behind. Nicky a couple of seconds behind Kelly, as Daniel Francis looks like he was going a bit slow as he rejoins the track. Dean's now up to 7th.
Dean's gone past Daniel Francis, so I wonder if Daniel Francis may have had an off or...
Well, he was battling with Nicky, wasn't it? Aiden's back into the pits, so that could allow Smithy for 12th. Now, what's Kieran? Has Kieran made a mistake? Because Fury's back through, and Kelly's in the background. I think Fury's lost the rear. He has. There's Fury. He's rolling forward. There's his teammate. Can he get going before Kelly catches up? He can. Kelly now, the forever forward boys are just making a few mistakes, and Kelly at the back end of this race, who's very, very wide, is now starting to look like he could maybe get himself on the podium. There's Nicky in the background. Dean's 5 seconds behind Nicky. The forever forward Mercedes here are struggling. Me and Smithy had a little tussle. I spun. He had the whole track and hit me. Disqualify him now. I want him banned. Only joking, says Don. What a shame then. Obviously, Don cheering him on last week. To this week, the perils of coming together as Fury's on the grass again here. These Mercedes boys look like they're struggling. And Kelly here could take an advantage out of these two.
Yeah, well, he's going to have that double slipstream on both of them as long as he can get within the tow. So, maybe so.
BT into the pits at the end of lap 12 then, so he should come out and inherit the race lead relatively easy, you'd imagine.
So it's looking like Fury's trying his hardest to get past Kieran, but Kieran's sat there being like, no.
Yeah, both on double points. You'd imagine the team would have some team orders to say. Fury's had a spin, Kieran's had a spin. BT's still in the pits. He's on his way out now as his teammates coming through the final couple of corners. I'll be sending clips, Clive, says Ariel in the chat, and Fury gets a good run through Maggots and Beckett's to try and come onto the hangar straight and overtake his teammate Kieran just onto the curb in the grass, and has a horrible run through the exit to Maggots and Beckett's. And I tell you what, the forever forward cars are looking a little bit sketchy then. They could here be really struggling. Excuse me. They won't want any more spins in this race, Liam, because Kelly is on the back of him.
Yeah, well, I mean, that Porsche's, in my opinion, a lot more planted than that Mercedes from the looks of it.
Fury said in the interview, didn't he, the last couple of laps the tyres had gone off. We saw Kieran clearly struggle on the last 2 laps in the first race. Are we seeing this happen again here? And Kelly's in a position to pounce and take 2 places.
Yeah, and in fact, not only just take 2 places, but also take a podium.
Yeah, take a podium as well, which he'll absolutely enjoy. Argent looked like he was coming back at Fury a little bit. I think Fury's wanting Argent to get on that podium and maybe score some points for himself, as Argent's had a bit of a slide coming out the corner again. And Argent is really starting to struggle, and KLF 900 does not need a second invitation. Right on the rear, he goes left, jinks back right. Lights are on from Kelly. You know you mean business. You know he's a touring car fan. When the lights come on, you know that means that's time when I'm overtaking. Come on, bud, out the way. Kieran and Fury then, are they struggling? What are they doing? What is going off? But Kelly is right there, and will need the points. Dean isn't too far down the road, says Jamie Brazier in the chat. He's not, you know. If these two keep having offs with 2.5 laps to go, Dean could be there. Fury again a bit slow, as he had a poor run out of Luffield. Here goes Kieran up the inside into Cop's corner. Can they both get it stopped? Kelly trying to follow them through. Kieran, Fury, Kelly coming down towards Maggots and Beckett's. Nicky's not too far in the background. Dean's not too far off though. In fact, he's 10 seconds. So has Dean had a problem coming out of Luffield this lap? Because he was a bit closer to Nicky than that, but he's not now. Kieran very slow at this part of Maggots and Beckett's. Look at Fury gain all over him. Now we saw Kieran have a bit of a moment here last time round. He stays well off that curb now. Fury in the slipstream. Kelly in the tow. Pulls out. He's not getting a double tow. So which one do you choose, Kelly? You surely choose the Fury one. He has done. It's all go here. It is all go here in these last couple of laps, Liam.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, you're gonna. It's kind of a three-way battle in a way for the final podium spot. He's just.
Oh, Fury's got past Kieran. Sorry, Liam. Oh. Fury's got back through ahead of Kieran. Then as Kieran slow into club corner, Fury's back up onto the podium ahead of Kieran Argent. Kelly again, so wide through there. He'll not want to keep doing that to cut time out because he'll want to be on the rear of these two. He's quicker last time around. Nicky's even quicker than all of them. Dean, what will he be? What will he be? Although he is about 10 seconds down the road from Nicky, maybe 9. Kelly looking racy compared to Argent. He sees these Mercedes making mistakes and cannot do nothing about them at the minute. Kelly flying so far, Liam.
Yeah, Kelly's looking really good on for these last couple of laps, and obviously it's for the final podium spot, and he'll be looking so much for that as he's looking. Give it a bit of a look up the inside, a bit too far off though, in my opinion.
No, exactly. There is Kelly then, looking up the inside of Argent at Brooklands and Luffield and just having a sniff. Can't get nowhere through though at the moment in time.
Oh, it's Kieran's off.
Oh, Kieran! He's had a huge off. Apologies for what's happened to the stream. It's buffering on my on my screen. I don't know if it's not buffering on my Switch, so everything seems to be running fine. I'll just refresh YouTube a minute, see if that helps. But so far then, if you can still hear me on the stream, come on, Kelly, says Beth. Who's that? That's Smithy. Is that Don's car? I hope Don and Smithy haven't been just messing around. That is Dean. There's Don. I hope him and Smithy's not been messing around. Yeah, Smithy. So Dean then. Oh, Smithy well off there. Dean on the back of Argent after Argent's off. Did Argent get any damage? My stream definitely hasn't frozen. It's definitely something to do with YouTube on the PC. The stream's fine because we're still live. I can see on the Switch. So get your comments in. I can't see anything. Get your comments in for driver of the day as BT Targa is on the last lap of the race. And they are at Brooklands and Luffield. When the cameraman picks him up, there he is. So plenty of time yet before he's finished. There is Fury. As Don Productions leaves the session, he will not score a point as he didn't get to lap 12. So Don doesn't score a point for this one. And Kelly has got past Fury. There's Nicky. Dean is behind Argent further back. That one's a little closer. Let's see Dean and Argent. Oh, Dean!
Dean's had
Dean! He's done it again. He's had a chance of a sixth. He's made the mistake. And he's paid the price by spinning at the end of this one yet again. Dean Wasocki has struggled here. And for some reason, my YouTube isn't loading. So I'm going to have to try and load another internet. 2 seconds so I can see the comments. Liam, you may have to tell me if there is any votes coming in for driver of the day.
So we haven't actually got any driver of the day votes in yet, so...
Well, we'll have to keep our eyes on this one at the moment, as I am not sure what is going on here.
Anyway, here's
the laptop is not wanting to play ball, but BT Targa is coming around the final corner and he's going to take a race win. What a job from him. That's good stuff, good points for himself. His teammate's going to come across 2 second places, so good, consistent double points for him tonight. Now we turn our attention to 3rd place. Can Kelly stay ahead of Fury? Can Nicky nick a place from Fury as well to help Kelly out here in the background? Smithy is also retired.
Ooh,
Fury with a bit of a tap. Yeah, Fury a bit of a tap up the rear on Kelly there. Smithy is retired. He'll get 12th place for that one. What a shame for Smithy. But Kelly's now lost 3rd place to Fury after a bit of a bump at Beckett's. What can Fury do then here?
This is the question, obviously. Can he keep it? Because he has been quite... he had his spin down here, but can... Kelly
spun! Kelly spun, so Fury then is going to cross the line, P3. Nicky is going to claim a 4th place. What a job from Nicky then. Fury coming home, P3. Nicky, in the end, is going to take a P4. Kelly, disaster for him at the final attempt to take the 5th place.
And there's Dean flashing his lights.
Yeah, and there's Dean. So Fury 3rd, Nicky 4th, Kelly 5th, Argent 6th, Dean Wasocki 7th, Dan Francis 8th after a good strong start. Star's going to take a 9th. And then it's going to be DJ 10th and Aidan Bennett P11.
So just waiting on. Oh, Aidan Bennett.
Yeah, just crossing the line now to keep us guessing. As the fastest lap of the race. 2:03 dead from Fury at the minute is what I'm looking at. Yep, that is the fastest lap. So Fury takes fastest takes fastest lap. Unfortunately, the PC is being a bit of a bugger, so we're not going to get the interviews done tonight. The stream has buffered, so for those who cancel areas, we're not going to be able to get the stream finished tonight. Apologies for that one. We're not going to get the interviews done. Stream has gone down at the very last minute. Apologies to those who are still watching, but we'll be back next week with round 15 and 16 of the Pro. I'm at Sugo. We'll be live tomorrow night in the Pro for round 13 and 14 in the Pro category, and we'll be back on Friday night for the GTEs around Bruno. So join us for that one. We hope you've enjoyed this one. We'll see you next time. From all of us here at SimPlay Motorsport, take care. Good night.
Good night.
I mean, I don't think they can hear us because the stream stopped.
Let me have a look.
Stream's buffering.
Ooh. Lovely. But anyway.
Yeah. I can't press stop stream in a minute.
I'll just mute.
Liam. Well, they're not going to be able to hear us because it's OBS ain't working, because my PC's on. Go onto the PC.
Onto the what?
Onto the SimPlay account on the PC. You'll be able to end the stream, won't you?
Should be able to. Let me have a look.
Type in, sorry, PC problems. PC went down. On the chat, on the, as SimPlay.
I'm just, I'm just on the SimPlay thingy now. So, sorry.
PC went down.
PC went down. What else?
That's it. Sorry, PC went down, so streams ended up stopping.
So, stream has ended. There we go. And
well done to tonight's drivers.
Oh wait. Well done to tonight's drivers. Give me a minute. Why is that there? There we go. We just get to go live thingy, because it might not work for me, purely for the reason obviously it's coming through all of your computer. So
shouldn't matter really though, should it? You're going live.
We can have a look. I can.
So press end stream, and now when this PC decides to fucking load, I've got to input all these points.
Done.
Right.
There you go. Should have been.
I'm going to jump back into the other party.